Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very second episode of Roll20 Presents Waterdeep Dragon Hoist, where we find out, are you strong enough to lift a dragon? Today's contenders, these nerds. All right, we're going to start with...
Guarantee I'm not.
We're going to start with a CR1 white dragon. It's going to be a DC...
Can you lift a dragon fledgling?
A DC 9 athletics check.
Okay, I got it. DC 9, you said? Now I want to know.
You got a 16. Congratulations. You can indeed hoist a dragon.
Hey!
All right, everybody's going to take a try at it. Rin Stillwater, can you hoist the dragon?
No.
Oh,
No.
Rin is disqualified from the hoisting competition.
Very weak.
Wow!
Oh, well,
a
fantastic start. A fantastic start from our players here today on Waterdeep Dragon Hoist. I guess we'll be seeing Blue Jay and Lauren next week to see if we can lift a black dragon. Thanks for coming, everybody. This has been a great episode. So hi, friends.
Hey. I wrote my own name. Okay, it was Brandon.
Oh boy, good stuff.
Oh.
That's what this adventure is about, right? You're preparing for the Waterdeep Olympics. The dragon hoist is like the
Yeah, the
most
dragon
difficult of all of the. Yeah.
Dragon hoist.
It's not the
This
name.
whole thing is just a really elaborate typo.
Yeah. It's not the name of the thing. This is Waterdeep Dragon Heist. A heist is different, though you may need to
Someone
hoist.
submitted the idea and they were really excited about it, and then everyone was like, "Yes, we'll do this thing," and they're like, "Yes," and then they look back at the paper that they submitted and it's like heist, and they're like,
No!
I didn't. Yeah. You know, I mean, listen.
Autocorrect!
I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons a long time, and I've played some much stupider adventures than one that revolves around lifting a dragon. Okay,
Yeah.
There's some pretty weird first edition adventures.
Yeah.
Might I remind you of a certain inverse ziggurat? So anyway, hi, hello, welcome. There's definitely going to be some people in the audience who did not get to watch the first episode. Hello to you if you're new to the show. Let's get everybody to introduce their characters before we jump back into the heisting and the hoisting. Blue Jay, why don't you start? Tell us about your character, Blue Jay. Who are you playing today?
Oh, cool. I'm playing Makaria Rada. She is a level 1 cleric, half elf. She is a cleric of totally not Merkel.
Yeah,
Definitely not.
him. No, he's dead and the worst.
He's dead and
worship
also
him.
the worst.
Yeah.
Nobody. Yeah. I think that's it, right? That's all the important things.
Yeah, you're a first level cleric. At first level, you barely exist. That's all you need. You have a class. You have you're a half elf, right?
Yeah.
And
it's
you're a half.
elf.
What do we just say? You're half a moon elf, right?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. The ones that are pale and
The high elfy ones.
Yeah, yes, because there's gold elves and silver elves, and
Yeah.
she's
they're
not half drow.
They're sun
She's
elves
not
and
elf,
moon elves.
sun elf.
Okay, all right, cool,
So.
excellent. Down below, Blue Jay,
Yeah.
the strongest member of the party, though you wouldn't know it by his rolls. It's Dave. Dave, who are you playing
Hi.
today?
Today, Adam, I will be playing 8 Warforged Juggernaut Fighter. They are big robot boy, and they love killing humans, but also being friends with these ones.
You know, I think that this is what makes your character so relatable, Dave. They want to destroy all humans, but not the nice humans.
Yeah.
I mean,
This is
none
not
of
me.
us are actually humans, so it's fine.
He'll save children, but not the British children.
No, screw that.
Down over here, winner of longest name in the party, Jewel on the Far Coast. Lauren, tell us about your magical cat person.
As many people figured out last time based on the name, I am playing a Tabaxi Rogue, or as someone fondly referred to, a Stabby Tabby.
Oh, that's nice.
I like
that.
it. I
That's
like
very good.
So I like stealing things and probably occasionally stabbing things. And that's about it. Also, her parents are very famous and she does not like that.
Yeah, it's cool because you would be known not necessarily by your name, because it doesn't sound like Tabaxi have, like, you know, on the Far Coast isn't your last name. Like, your dad's name isn't like Gregory on the Far Coast.
Barb on the Far
Exactly.
Coast.
This is my mom and dad, Greg and Barb on the far coast.
But I think it's that there just aren't that many tabaxi around. So if anyone's heard of a tabaxi that looks vaguely tabby-ish, they're like, hey, you're probably related to them, aren't you? Someone on the YouTube comments said their headcanon was that Jewel is the child of Arcturus and Azaka, and that's my headcanon now.
Half a fish, half a weretiger. It's fine.
Makes you a cat?
You're a catfish,
It's
obviously.
No!
So what we're saying is that Jules' identity is a secret, and only on the internet are you a tabaxi rogue.
Yeah.
Perfect. Excellent. Yep. Good. Well, I await the reveal of the catfish later on. Up here, right there, this one. It's Elf, playing half an elf.
Hi, friends.
Tell us about your character, Elf.
I am playing Rin Stillwater, the half-elf bard. She's very dramatic, I suppose, and has a mysterious past. And by mysterious, I mean I just haven't talked about it on the show yet. Really.
Yeah, we haven't explained this yet, but Rin is aiming for the subclass of bard high school drama student. It's a cool homebrew one we made. It's really good. Yeah, so work on your made up Shakespeare quotes. There's got to be a Forgotten Realms equivalent of Shakespeare. I wonder.
Bolo.
Right, yeah, because the accent.
That doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. It's true. Shakespeare just wrote about Italy. He wasn't.
Turns out Mordenkainen wrote a bunch of really nice poems, and it's just from there. That's what it is.
Him and his faithful watchdog. Oh, cool.
She's very much a wizardy type bard.
Yes, that's right. And you play the viola.
I think it's pronounced viol, like it's VIOL, but it's pronounced like mile.
Yeah. Or like viol, like VILE.
Yeah, it's like a violin, basically, like viola. Yeah.
I like it. Well, you know what they say: you can't solve your problems with violins. So.
Incorrect.
All right, so that was fun, and we'll see you guys later. Goodbye.
So so when we last saw our party members, folks may have noticed that in the pre-show there was some doodling going on.
Sunglasses. Oh my god, I just saw that.
So that's cool. This will continue to get better. I think in the last game, we had a Serac had like a big heart around his face, little sparkles.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So last time there was a fight in the yawning portal. There was a troll, and there was Durnan. There was some fighting. People were picking on Yagra, who I believe is your friend, 8.
Yeah, and I punched them.
You did. There was a lot of punching. Yeah, the troll was chopped up, lit on fire, and thrown back into the underworld. And your rambunctious actions impressed Volothamp Gedarm so much, he decided to give you a quest to find his dear friend Floon Blagmar. So now you are on the hunt for one Floon Blagmar, having tracked him to what looks like he was jumped outside of a bar. Him and a friend of his that looks quite similar to him. What's his name? Rainier Wolfcastle. Rainier
Wolfcastle. Yeah.
Listen, if you jumped Rainier Wolfcastle, he would kick the crap out of you. So it
true.
definitely wasn't him. Neverember. Rainier Neverember, son of former Open Lord of Waterdeep, Neverember. So this dude was also, as we found out, kidnapped when you followed the trail to a hideout wherein you ambushed and murdered a bunch of crow people.
I didn't murder anything.
Yeah, that's true.
You murdered your own hopes and dreams of ever murdering anything.
But listen, the god that you may or may not worship probably is really into dying of any kind. So
that's fine.
So the search for Floon continues, and as we begin our episode, we find the group of you in a darkened and now somewhat blood-stained warehouse in the dock ward.
If I'm recalling correctly, I'm still passed out.
I believe
2 hours.
I believe that is true. Let me just knock you back out. Here you go. There you go. It's sleepy time for you.
I sleep.
Yeah, carrying it out.
Yeah, so we see 8 holding Makaria's limp body in its robot arms, and the other conscious members of the party, Rin and Jewel, have opened a closet in which the very handsome Rainier Neverember, look at him, look how handsome he is with his 1,000-yard stare and his soul patch.
He's like a less.
He looks like he's gonna play me his self-published acoustic album. Okay.
Yeah, you open the closet and he's like, never mind that. And he starts playing. Fantastic.
Like a box of CDs comes out in front of him somehow.
Yeah. He plays his hit song Waterwall. So he's in the closet and he's like, he's startled when you open the door, and he kind of like leaps back in fear when he sees Jewel, and he's like, huh. He looks at you like he's afraid. He sees that you have weapons. What do you do?
I mean, I see the red hair, and I know we were looking for a redhead. So I probably go, "You're that guy, Neverember. How'd you get here?" She does not drop her weapons.
Yeah, and he looks at you and he says, "Well, I'm sorry. Who are you?"
Jewel. I mean,
Rescue
I was
party.
going to rescue you, but I can just close the door and leave you.
You're here to rescue me, you say?
You
Well,
don't look like you want to be there.
well, as much as I was enjoying occupying this closet and fearing for my life, no, yes, I'd quite like to be rescued. Thank you. I just,
I think as she was saying, I can close the door. She's like closing the door.
yeah.
on
And he puts a hand on the door and he says, "So you've and he looks past you out into the area where all the dead bodies are, and he says, oh my, I mean, I heard fighting, and then quiet, and then more fighting. Is that
Yeah,
your
how long
handiwork?"
have you been in there?
The second part of the fighting, I think, that you heard.
Yes. Well, a good deed shan't go unrewarded. Excuse me, may I? And he gestures like, "Can I come out of the closet, please?"
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. That's a really personal. Like, I don't know if he's ready.
He's like, "Listen, so hi, I'm Rainier Neverember. I'm gay. Thanks for letting me out of the closet." So you take a step back, and he steps out, and he looks at you, and then he looks at you, 8, and he says, "Oh, fascinating. Is this construct yours?"
Well, they don't technically belong to anyone, but they're with us at the moment. Yes.
Well,
So, where's your friend, Floon?
oh, you mean you?
Technically, we're looking for the other redheaded captured person.
You haven't found him.
We checked the pile.
Oh dear.
Boo!
And he he jumps. My gods! And like looks at you. And he like falls to his knees. He's like, my.
Timing, everyone.
Shantaea's bountiful bosoms. You startled me. My good iron entity. Excuse me. Give me a hand up. And he reaches
Yeah,
up.
I do and just nearly pull his arm off.
Yeah, you yank him. Oh, well, you're strong. You're adventurers. I can tell. You look the part. So that means that you're not here.
Rin like straightens up as if that's some kind of insult. Like, I look like an adventurer? Oh no.
You're not here on behalf of any of those ruffians that kidnapped me, nor their enemies. We seem to have gotten mixed up in a bit of a crime debacle.
Mm-hmm.
But you were asking about Floon. And he's
Yes.
not here, is he?
Not as far as we've checked yet. If there's an upstairs, then we should take a look around.
That might be best. And he looks back at the stairs. Though I do hope. Well, they did rough us both up a little, and well, Floon's he's a bit fragile, you see. So does somebody want to go upstairs and look around?
I'll take a look while this is going on.
Yeah, Jewel as well.
I have the wrong token, however.
Oh, it didn't switch you over?
No, not on this one.
Okay. Oh, that's
yeah.
right. Yes, because I switched them on the main screen and I didn't copy them over. Give me a second, I'll grab you.
Bring them back.
I can't see anything.
Yeah, well, it's because I deleted you.
Where was
You're
dead.
deleted. Yeah, sorry.
Everyone dies. The end.
The sweet embrace of death.
Okay, so you should be able to control yourselves now. I mean, God hopes you can control yourselves, but
I can't see anything.
You passed out the wrong person.
Yeah, I can see myself, but I
I
can't.
got it. Hang on. You don't have dark vision yet.
Aha.
Okay. Everybody
No.
has dark vision except Dave, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then Dave, you were carrying a light source, right?
No, he's carrying me. The light source was in the corner, and when I dropped it, when I passed out.
Right. Okay. So
Oh.
Dave, I'm just gonna assume that you're carrying a torch right now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. There you go. Okay. So, it's for folks watching at home, in between last session and this one, the reason that we're doing all this like token shuffling, I moved everybody from a different account to this one. This is a full version. We're using the beta version of the adventure last time. So now I have all of my handouts and stuff that I'm gonna need for this session.
Hooray!
So, yes. So now you are here. Okay. So, you are able to move about if you like.
So I gesture to Jewel and the two of us like go to check the upstairs, I guess, and we'll leave Rainer with you, 8.
Mhm.
Is this a staircase here, Adam?
Yes. Yeah. Go ahead and just head up there and I'll move you. So there is an upper level that is like a mezzanine. Here, I'll put you over here. There you go. There's an upper level that's a mezzanine over here.
Yeah.
And and so you can look around. I'll leave your tokens on the other level so you can kind of stay seeing both. But as you explore up here over in this area, and you can see it's mostly boxes, many of which appear to be dated, like stamped with a date several months ago. It doesn't look like this warehouse sees any actual use as a warehouse.
It's like a front, basically.
Yes,
Like a
precisely.
hideout.
Yeah.
Do you want a perception check or something? So
Yeah, if you want to make an investigation check, because you're technically
Sure.
investigating upstairs.
I assume Jewel is helping, or I will help.
It doesn't matter either way around.
Well,
Do you wanna roll it and I'll help
You've already rolled one. Roll another one.
Okay. Okay. Hopefully it's better. Slightly better.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, upstairs in this warehouse, you find a suite of offices that is obviously little used up in the top. And as you go through up in this top corner here, as you open the doors and kind of pass through the offices, you find only rats that scurry away from you when you approach. Searching the rest of the upper area, you find there is an alarm bell upstairs, and if you look, the alarm bell is rigged to some kind of internal security system, but it looks like the wire's been cut. So there's a wire hanging like loose from this alarm bell. Additionally, searching through the upper area, and I'll roll to see randomly which of the two of you finds this. I think, okay, it looks like it's Jewel. Jewel, you find a sheet of parchment. And I'll just tell you what it is. So it's like perfectly clean, unlike everything else that's covered in dust. And it is unwritten on. And it is it's a magical parchment. The item is a paper bird. And you have one use of them. I just showed you the handout for these. And you've seen these items, one of these items before. You can write up to 50 words on it, fold it into the shape of a bird, and then speak a name of a creature, and it'll fly to them. and then re-unfold. So you have one use of this paper bird. So you find one of those upstairs. So while the two of you are searching through the crates, meanwhile downstairs, I think it's fair to assume like you've started to wake up, Makaria, rather than be like, no, you have to be asleep for another 4 hours. I think it's fair to assume you like start to recover. But as you do, Rainier is standing looking kind of like uncomfortable. He's just like standing looking around, and he looks at you, 8, and he says, so, where are you from?
That's a difficult question that I'm not sure the answer of.
Oh, well, I'm from here. I mean, not this this warehouse. Waterdeep. I mean,
Can you be sure of that?
oh, are you all right?
No.
She's fine.
Did you like put her down?
Yeah, like uncomfortably, slowly. I'm just like, oh yeah. Just put you in a box somewhere.
Set you down on a box. So Rainier, yeah, he sees you. I'll wake up, Makaria, and he says, well, pleased to meet you. I'm Rainier Neverember.
Are you? Pleased to meet me, I mean.
Well, you know, I hadn't really thought about it. It's just sort of a polite
Yes, people
thing to
often say things that they don't really think about.
She's not wrong.
Well, I thought I might be, but now I'm not entirely sure how I feel about having met you. You're a bit prickly, aren't you?
Well, I feel as if it's probably still better than being in a closet.
Yes, it was quite uncomfortable in there. Or having been kidnapped.
You know, I think that I probably wouldn't have been, what was I, shot? If I was in a closet. So, not all bad.
So upstairs, the two of you found nothing, like nothing else. You found that the paper bird, but no evidence of the plans of the people who own this place. It looks like just somewhere they used temporarily, or did until, you know.
All right, so I guess we head back downstairs.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. All right. So they come back downstairs, and Rainier looks at you anxiously, like, was he up there? Did you?
And I look over and I just give him a like.
Blast.
Oh, so you two aren't dead then? That's unfortunate.
No.
What?
I'll just let that pass, and then
Yeah, you're like, oh, okay.
Fine. And then continue talking to Rainier, and I say, where do you think they could have gone elsewise?
Well, if they've still got Floon, that probably means they think that he's. Let me start from the beginning. Floon and I are old friends. We would get together and have drinks in the dock ward. I never understood why he liked that place, but, well, you know. And we were having drinks the other night, and as he does, Floon had one too many, and I was worried that he might not find his way home safely. So I escorted him, and then we were attacked. I was knocked unconscious, and I woke up here. I think I know why they attacked us.
Something to do with you, of course.
Yes,
I'm
afraid so.
Awfully alike.
Yes, well, normally, you know, it was the sort of thing we could use for a lark. You know, telling pretty girls we were twins and what have you. Oh, poor Floon. Such a delicate lad. He's been kidnapped. I'm almost certain of it. And if the men that brought me here were the Zentarim, then that must mean those other things. And he points at one of the dead Kenku. Members of the Xanathar Guild. Which likely means that Floon's been taken underground. Listen, they
back up a little bit. Who are these different gang guilds?
You haven't been in Waterdeep long, have you?
I try not to pay attention to these things.
Listen, they're ruffians, all of them. Just the Zentarum are ruffians that operate above ground, and the Xanathar Guild operate below ground. That's about the only difference I can make of the two of them. They're criminals. Organized criminals, but criminals nonetheless. Kidnappers, as you can see.
So, are all Xanathar's guilds birds?
Well, no, I don't think so. And he points at some of the dead humans.
Oh,
You all seem to wear those cloaks, though, don't they?
Yes, I've noticed that these criminal sorts tend to dress in black. And he looks pointedly at Macaria.
I think most of us
Yeah, right, you're all dressed like a bunch of thugs.
Yeah.
I don't have any clothes on.
Yeah, like a thug.
Just none.
Macaria is currently trying to find a way to hide the white gauze underneath her other stuff, so you can't. So it's all black again.
And he says,
Well,
the Zentarum, they've been harassing me for some time. I think that they think my father has... Listen, my father's exit as Open Lord of Waterdeep wasn't exactly a dignified one. Some people think that he embezzled a great deal of gold while he was the Open Lord, and that he's hidden it somewhere in the city.
And you are calling us criminals.
Now listen, I
think
was...
he called us ruffians, which is even worse.
Precisely. I said, well, I don't know that it's worse. I mean, you did just
Please.
kill some... Anyway.
Ruffian's like a common thief. Criminals suggest an element of honor.
Does it?
No.
You're as bad as Volothamp. My goodness.
speaking of which, I think our best course of action, I say looking to everyone, is to bring Rainier here back to Volo. Maybe rest a little, and then continue our search for Floon afterward.
I mean, Floon is almost certainly in the hands of the Xanathar Guild now, and far be it for me to tell you how to operate. You're the adventurers, not me, but I worry for his life.
Yes, well, we weren't told we needed to bring him alive. Mm-hmm.
Well,
So.
I mean, yes, certainly, if that's the... But wouldn't you prefer it? A man's life is at stake.
Here's the thing, Rainier. The first thing that occurs to me, that comes into my head, is where do we go?
Well,
Do you know where the lair of these folks is? Can you lead us to their front door? Because if not, there's some research to be done before we can even find out where Floon is.
Will they give us a nice bed to sleep in so that I can recover from being shot before we, I don't know,
You
kill them
really
as well?
need to get used to getting shot. It's
I don't-
going to
n-
happen.
No, I don't need to get used to being shot.
Well,
Yeah, and Rainier's like just watching his ping pong, like watching you, the group of you talk, and he says, "Well, I don't know where he is, but if you're going to rescue him, I would start." And he kind of like looks pointedly at the ground, in the sewers. Xanathar's guild operates out of Skullport,
Ugh.
and I'm sure they're down underground somewhere.
Macaria hops off the box that 8 set her on and is like, well, I'm going to take a nap first.
Right.
And then starts walking out of the
Well,
building.
perhaps we should all get out of... And then you hear a shout from the entrance, and the door bursts open, and there is the clattering of armor, and the warehouse suddenly fills with guards, members of the Waterdeep city guard, burst in.
Macaria,
and,
who was
and
already
fill the warehouse, holding crossbows, pointing them at you, and they come in kind of like marching in with their armor rattling, And
I think because Makari was already like starting to walk out when she like sees these people come in, she like puts on like a shocked face, and she's like, "Oh, thank goodness you're here. I was shot. These people are dangerous."
so they burst in, and like this is a full on like SWAT team. Like
Yeah.
you hear a smash as some of them jump through a window, and like they've got this whole thing sort of. Now you're surrounded by city guard pointing their crossbows at you. And one of them over here clears out of the way, and you hear a clattering of armor. You hear the slow, intentional footsteps, and an armored figure strides into view. And he
Can I pull us up with that helmet?
yeah, look how he's so
Good
cool.
helmet.
Look at his cool helmet. He comes running in like this. He's got 3 of his mates
It's
with him.
asymmetrical. That's how you know it's cool.
He's got a neck guard.
Yeah, he just wants you to praise the sun. So he comes in, and he's got a sword and a shield. His shield is like on his back. They've secured the area, and he comes in, and he looks back and forth. And one of his veterans, like pointing the weapon at you, like nods at him, and he reaches up and he like takes his helmet off. And underneath, you see like an older man. He's probably like 50, maybe late 40s. He's got graying hair. He has a close cropped kind of like Abe Lincoln like a beard, like a chin strap beard. Yeah, very like precise sort of military like a brush cut. He still has his cloak of the city guard, and he takes his helmet off and he looks at the group of you, and he's like, "All right, what's all this then?"
You missed all the violence. It
You're
already
late.
At this, step forward, and like before 8 can talk about all the violence he's going to inflict or whatever other crap they're going to do, I step forward just like a little bit to sort of present myself, and I say, my hands are up like this. We were here to try and recover some people we thought had been taken by unsavory types, working for Volathemp Gedarm.
And he sneers a little bit, and he says, "What do you know about that?" And he points down, and there's like bodies lying on the ground.
Well, I
they appear
believe-
to be dead.
I believe that the first set were a gang of Zentarim who were stationed here, who were murdered by the second set who came in, Xanathar's Guild, apparently, who we then dealt with.
Right. So what does that make you, bloody Harpers?
Absolutely not.
No. I just privately contracted for a job rescuing a friend.
And Rainier is behind you, and he kind of like waves, and the captain looks at one of his men, and he says, "More of these gangs. I had my eye on this place for some time. Looks like I was right." And you see one of the veterans, like they give each other a look, like 2 of them give each other a look, and one of them is like rolls his eyes, and the other's like grinning and nodding, like they've just resolved a bet. And the captain looks past you, and he says, "Is that Rainier and Everember?" And Rainier says, "Yes, Captain. These fine folks were just helping me escape from my kidnappers. You see, any violence perpetrated was done so on my part." And the captain kind of like nods, and he says, "Well, in the future, best not to meddle in criminal matters. You leave this dirty business to the City Watch. It's our
We weren't
job."
much aware that that was what we were walking into. Apologies.
And he says, "Right.
However, Captain, you may want to be apprised of something else.
Oh, is that right?"
A private citizen of yours has been kidnapped, taken to a stronghold of this Xanathar's Guild somewhere in the sewers, apparently. I'm assuming you'd want to investigate that. Presumably before they were killed.
Right. Well, you'll have to file a proper report. And he looks over his shoulder, and he's like, "Officer Floon, And one of the officers comes up, and they're like, "Yes, Captain." And he says, "Take a statement from this lot. You two, go upstairs." And he points to a couple other veterans, and they dash upstairs. And the captain goes back to his veterans as Officer Floon takes whatever statement you'd like to make about sort of what you're doing here.
Given the opportunity, I basically tell entirely the whole truth and every piece of information we have up until that point for the statement.
Okay.
And Makaria like points in like several times during the story. Like, I was shot. Like, do I just like, yeah. Several times.
I would love to try and ascertain from this guy, Officer Floon, how illegal it is to just kill criminals ourselves.
So do you ask, right? Like, because he's talking to Rin, and Rin is like telling him the full story, and he's like, writing things down. He's like, Volitham, get armed, you say. Yawning portal, was it? And then, you can interject if you want.
I was wondering.
And he looks over at you.
I stop talking and look over at you as well, hoping you're not going to say something really stupid.
Are we going to be in trouble for killing these bird people?
Your friend Lord Neverember there says it was done in self-defense. That you're here to rescue him. So, no.
They did shoot us first.
I mean,
several times.
Listen, if it's ever unclear, I think, and he reaches into his armor and he pulls up a folded piece of paper, and he hands it to you. And I actually have a handout for this. He says, if you're ever uncertain, then there's the law. So, just have a look at that.
Oh.
So he hands you a copy of the Code Legal.
I love that.
The whole code of Waterdeep is like a pamphlet?
Yeah, there's like a pamphlet, like, so you want to break the law.
And I'm looking over, around Eight's shoulder, and like I see in bold letters crimes against the gods, and one of them says assaulting a priest, and I'm like, excuse me, I'm a priest of Kellenbor. I was assaulted. I'm owed damages.
The person who assaulted you is dead.
Yeah.
Get over it.
I suppose if you're a priest of Kellenbor and they're dead, they'll be paying for it for a while, I imagine.
Oh, the damages. We can take that stuff, right?
And we pan over to a couple of veterans that are opening a crate, and the crate is just like full of sandals. Like one of them holds up like a wooden sandal, and they're like,
I look back at the paper. I'm like, I require 500 gold pieces. I almost died.
Well, if you want to pursue damages, you have to find their families and get a solicitor. And I mean, there's a protocol for these things. I'm going to finish taking your statement. So you were saying after Lord Neverember came out of that closet back there, you searched the rest of the place and couldn't find this. What was his name? Blagmar?
Yes, I believe he was taken by the Xanathar's Guild. Below the city, is what I've heard.
Well, best of luck to him. I'll process that he's a missing persons, but I'll be honest with you, we're a bit spread thin up here. Can't go sending people down into the sewers.
Then perhaps we could be of assistance in this particular matter.
Right, but just keep the blood off the streets, huh?
Off the streets, yes.
I mean, it's pretty isolated in this warehouse.
I don't have 1,000 gold.
And he looks at you and he says, well, by big metal friend, neither do I.
No, it says here, I murdered a citizen with justification. 1,000 gold.
Well, we'll overlook that bit for now, shall we?
I don't want to have to overlook it.
Let's overlook it. Thank you. Please stop. I take the paper out of his hand. Stop reading.
I was looking at it, I was like, well, they tried to murder a lord, and the punishment is death. So you were just punishing them for their crimes, obviously.
Oh.
You
So
should get a badge.
they take the rest of your statement. The captain. I mean, you're here for like a little while.
Yeah, a while.
The captain does a walkthrough once they've secured the place, and he approaches you at the end, and he says, well, Lord Neverember, everything checks out here. Just another mess in the dock ward. Just another night in Waterdeep. I suppose you're free to go, you and your odd friends. Keep yourselves out of trouble. Remember, not all the members of the Watch are as nice as I am.
No, of course. We appreciate your assistance.
Yep.
Okay.
Thanks.
And so they like escort you out of. They're like, all right, time to go. We need to like seize this place and clear it out. And they escort you outside with Rainier, and now you are out on the street outside of the warehouse, and already the veterans. There are other members of the guard outside. He came here with like a dozen men, and they're outside, and they're basically just like keeping any crowd from forming. It's quite early in the morning, so there aren't a lot of people here yet, but they're keeping people kind of at bay, and you are now out in the street with Rainier.
Have they found the 2 bodies I threw over someone's garden wall?
No, not yet. I'm certain that they will, and that will confuse them a great deal.
Okay, I just wanted to see if that was part of the planning. Sure.
Yeah, it'll get reported later, and someone will be like, "Oh, there's corpses in my backyard." So, so you're out on the street, and Rainier says to you, he says, "Well, I appreciate everything that you've done. You've made a friend in Lord Neverember this evening. Well, me, anyway. My father won't reward you for saving me. Gods knows. You don't need to worry about my family troubles. Listen, please, if not for my sake, and if not for Volo's, find Floon. He's a soft man, and I fear he won't last long in the hands of the Xanathar Guild."
Are you just saying that because I'm not? You don't have to say that. Most people are soft.
No, my iron friend. He's particularly soft. Vulnerable, I mean.
All right. Well, we'll do our best, as is our current job, to do so. But we are going to need to regroup somewhat, I think.
Yes, I was shot.
Yes, we know.
What? When? Jewel like rolls her eyes. I think at this point she's rolled them so much she strains them.
Yeah. We're going to look over, and Makaria is going to just be wearing a black t-shirt with white letters that says "I was shot" on it, and she'll just point at it. I got shot. So Rainier says to you, Rin, he says, of course. It's not every night that you get caught up in. Listen, may I speak with you a moment? And he's just like away from your weird friends for a second.
Okay, I just like step aside with him. Yeah.
He says, now I'm going to have to trust you to be discreet about this. And he like looks at your friends.
I am nothing if not entirely professional.
I don't want rumors getting about. Listen, these...
You and Floon, yes? Is that what this is?
He laughs. He's like, oh, Floon and I, no, gods no. I mean, he's a handsome lad, but a bit foolish for my tastes. No, this is about my father. The rumors of embezzlement, they may be more than mere rumors. My father was a bit of a, on top of being an embezzler and a criminal, a bit of an obsessive. He had friends, magical friends. The Zentarum think that they can get a hold of his gold. Something about an artifact. I've heard my father speak of it, the Stone of Galore. I think the Xanathar's Guild have it. But apparently it's been stolen. Listen, The Zents kidnapped us, thinking that I knew something about it. And if the Xanathar's Guild think that Floon is me, it's likely he's being tortured over something my father did, and this missing gold.
I feel that they'll soon find out that he is not you. However.
Yes, and I don't imagine he's long to live after that. The poor boy. I couldn't bear it on my conscience to know he died because of something my father did and a mistake they made for me. Listen, whatever happens, you have my gratitude. If there is anything that you or your friends need, simply call on me.
Where might we find you?
Have any city porter seek me out. I've got several properties throughout the city. Where I can be at any given time, it's hard to say. But send word and let me know where I can find you. I'll send someone if there's anything that you need. But please, first, find Floon. And let's keep the business about my father between you and I for the time being. Shall we?
Of course.
Very good. Now, it's getting light out. I'm home and to bed and sleep if I can find it. Best of luck, Rin Stillwater. And he kind of awkwardly like holds your shoulders or like pats you on the shoulder or like goes to.
No.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah. There's the like closeness, but then the sort of like like
yeah,
brush off,
he's like right. Well, good night. And he says to the rest of you like good night. Thank you again for saving me. Goodbye. And he leaves.
Macaria like trails after him, says, "Good morning," actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's
I turn to everybody else.
heading north.
And I say, so we still have no idea where Floon might be specifically, but the sewers
Are very large and do not smell
very,
nice.
very large and very uncomfortable. So my thought is perhaps we return to the yawning portal, rest,
And find a
maybe
doctor.
gather some information.
Is
Do
that
you
what-
need a doctor because you got shot?
Yes.
Okay.
You're not still shot.
I have 1 hit point, excuse me.
Listen, hit points are an abstraction of the amount of fighting you can do. It doesn't mean you've got an arrow sticking out of your face.
I mean, it was in my shoulder.
What if she had an arrow?
I've been
took it
shot.
out.
Blank.
No.
Blah.
Yeah, no.
I'm with you. I think resting up at the yawning portal sounds like a plan. I could use a drink.
Well, the other thing is if we're going to find anyone who knows anything about the Xanathar's Guild, probably going to be there.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I just have one question.
Better to have at least some narrowing down of a location other than wander the sewers for hours.
That sounds like an awful idea. Yeah. Yeah. I know you're first.
Wandering the sewers under Waterdeep for hours is how you get Eye of the Beholder. So,
Yeah.
okay, so you're gonna head back to the Yawning Portal. Dave, you had a question.
Yeah.
Yes, I have one question. What is a sewer?
It is a place underneath a populated area that generally holds refuse.
You know how human bodies have that, or organic bodies have that gross
Jewel.
stuff that comes out of them. Have you noticed that?
blood?
Yeah, and then also other places. We have orifices. Do you know about orifices?
Never mind.
Sure.
On the walk back, Jewel explains feces.
Before we walk back, I poke 8 on the like lower arm or whatever because they're very tall.
Mhm.
And I say, "Will you carry me? I was shot."
Yes, thank you. Then again, he puts his like shield and sword on his back. He does it again. He does the gentle carry, not the.
Yeah. Cool.
Just grabs you by the face and lifts you up.
I am carrying
Hold-
you.
Holds you by the fucking like arrow shaft.
Yeah, let me just pick you up by your
Lifts you.
wound. Okay, so you head back to the yawning portal, and you get a room there for the night. For your help with the troll, Durnan does not charge you for your meal. Lets you sleep there for free tonight, and
Lovely.
yeah, and you rest. And I imagine, I mean, the half elves, you only need like 4 hours of rest. 8 doesn't need any.
I think half elf still needs.
Oh, you do
sleep.
need the full? Okay. All
Yeah.
right. 8.
Yeah, we just can't be like put to sleep as easily.
Right.
But
8.
we
Your
still have
friends sleep. What do you do instead?
I go into Sentry's Rest, which is the thing I need to do to have a long rest.
Mhm.
I don't sleep.
Yeah.
So what I do is
Power cycle.
Yeah, you go into standby, and then when you come out of it, someone has to enter their password.
yeah. So before I put Makaria down into her room or whatever, they say, leave your clothes outside.
What?
Just leave them outside. I'm given to understand I should not come and take them from you.
Your
My
clothes,
clothes?
your boots, and your motorcycle. Give them to me.
Yes.
What do you need my clothes for?
They're damaged.
Oh, sure. And she just like strips entirely and then like hands them to you.
All right. There should be a better button on it.
Excellent. All right. So close the door. So 8, you're gonna mend them for Makaria.
Yeah, just use my weaving set. I would just stitch it up. Makes it look like there's no arrow hole and stuff.
Nice. That's awesome. Cool.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Great. Cool. Well, you all go and you get your long rest, so you can charge up your your hit points, get your spells back, and let's also take a short break. And when we return, the search for Floon continues, maybe into the sewer. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Dive into a twisted maze of schemes and villainy as you race to claim the legendary fortune hidden somewhere in Waterdeep. Roll20's full digital conversion of Waterdeep Dragon Heist features 4 possible story paths, immersive features like dynamic lighting on all battle maps, and character sheets with one-click actions. Switch between story paths with the click of a mouse and enjoy the complete contents of this thrilling new Dungeons & Dragons adventure. Grab Waterdeep Dragon Heist today on the Roll20 Marketplace. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Part 2 of today's episode of Roll20 Presents Waterdeep Dragon Heist. Everybody got a nice rest at the Yawning Portal because you were there during the quietest time of the Yawning Portal, like 5 a.m. to like about noon. So it's nice and quiet. Durnan also rests for the day. His staff tidy up the place, getting it ready for the next night. And during your entire long rest, there are very few screams of terror from the well. So nice, good, relaxing time. You wake up.
Also, the quiet time in the Underdark.
Yeah, at least near the entrance of the Underdark. So you get a chance to rest, and you can now continue your search for the missing soft boy, Floon Blagmar. Where will you begin? You know that he was caught and absconded with back down in the dock ward, and has probably been kidnapped by the Xanathar Guild.
So,
what would you like to do to continue your search?
I had an idea
Okay.
looking at that item that you got. You could just write him on it and follow it, right?
Yeah. I mean, how easy is it to follow?
Let's take a look.
If it moves very quickly, we might not be able to, but that's a good plan otherwise.
Yeah.
The paper bird travels to within 5 feet of its intended recipient by the most direct route. It doesn't say. I imagine it flies at about, here comes a Monty Python joke, it flies at about the same speed as a bird that isn't carrying anything, like a common type of bird you might find in Africa or Europe. So I mean,
But the problem is that it flies the most direct route, which is like over buildings
Up and then over.
like-
Following it's probably going to be difficult unless there's a way you can like.
Okay. So do we want to...
We
Yeah.
probably want to get closer to him before we did that.
That's not a bad idea. It's
Because like
underground.
doing it halfway across the city is going to be hard, but like doing it in the same block might be easier.
Yeah. So it's in Skullport, but Skullport is also big.
well, yeah, I mean, like the Xanathar Guild has its like HQ in Skullport. The distance between Waterdeep and Skullport is like several miles of underground tunnel. They probably would not have taken him all the way there.
All the way to Skullport.
Yeah, especially since the Xanathar Guild has been seen like scrapping in the streets with the Zentarum, right? So like it looks like they're expanding. So yeah, you probably don't have to go all the way down to Skullport yet. But for now,
I think Elf, your original plan of checking with Volo, because he
Check with
he
Volo.
was talking
Maybe ask the bar guy and like some
like
other
if we'd
folks
like to do
around
like
here.
a talking to people montage, right, where you wait, hang out at the tavern, and just we have different like little kind of like, we don't have to have individual scenes. We could just wrap that all up as an investigation check.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Do you want to?
back by the tavern where he disappeared, or
No, I was thinking here where people might know where the Xanathar Guild is like hanging out.
okay.
Because back in the other place, they're not so friendly. Whereas here, they kind of like us. So
I mean, you're of a kind at least here.
yeah, well, that's
Okay.
what I mean.
Well, why doesn't somebody roll investigation? And this is an investigation with charisma roll, because you're talking, right? You're investigating, but you're using your charisma to
Oh,
do
Let
it.
me handle it. Someone give me help.
Jesus.
no.
Your charisma is 4.
I will speak to people.
Not +4.
Just 4. Yeah, the worst. Well, almost the worst.
So this is actually a +2 instead of a -1, Adam.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we'll help, I'm sure.
All right.
Or not.
Cool. So
mind.
nobody in the Yawning Portal is willing to talk to you about this. The general consensus seems to be like, figure it out on your own. We're important adventurers. You're just level 1 nobodies. At one point, a dark elf with 2 scimitars tells you to get bent. So yeah, you don't. No one has information for you.
Okay. Well,
Maybe
that was
we
my
should-
plan.
So this is like nighttime. You've spent the whole evening doing this. It's starting to get late. You're all sitting at your table, and there is a sense of like in the soundtrack, we hear the kind of like exhaustion of the party, and like we get this shot of all the group of you just kind of sitting like at your table, having exhausted your. Yeah, let me show you. It's very busy in here now. And now
Now that there's no troll.
yeah. That's what they say. This is no troll ground. So so yeah, you're all sitting at the table now. The bar is full of strange individuals, and none of whom are interested in chatting with you.
There's a grell in this bar.
Yeah, I mean, don't take this too literally. This
I was like, there's
illustration.
a
also a
beholder in
beholder.
here.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Why don't we just ask the Xanathar himself?
He's right over there.
Yeah.
I think
Oh, there's Strix.
maybe Jewel might suggest, like, why don't we go to like the less pleasant parts of town? They might know something more, or could be.
All right. Fine. I was hoping to avoid that, but yes, all right.
I mean,
tried.
I'm not very experienced with kidnappings, but generally, I think the best place to catch their trail would be where their trail is.
We know they're in conflict, so maybe if we keep our eye out for
God damn it, Adam.
people are fighting.
Yeah, so you want to head down to back to the dock ward and ask around in the bad part of town?
I suppose so.
Yeah, and by ask, we mean beat people up.
Yeah, you can ask with your fists. That's fine.
I'm not going to ask with my fists, but I'll watch while 8 asks with his fists.
There
So-
are more than one way.
So is
There
that
more
the
than
next
one way.
the next scene? Have you like cornered some ruffians and 8 is like robot punching them against a wall?
I
Yeah,
think we
sure.
would
Why not?
specifically look for people. I mean, because we know what Xanathar's. They're the ones who wear the black cloaks, right? The Zentarian were the ones with the
I
eyeballs.
mean, they all kind of dress like edgelords.
Okay. What was the symbol then of Xanathar's?
You don't know.
Circles.
You don't know yet. You have seen.
okay.
You have seen a symbol that's like an orb with radiating lines. Which out of character because Dave recognizes it, but there's no way 8 ever would. So there's that sigil. You've also seen the winged snake with the snake
which
with
is the
wings.
Zentarum.
Yeah,
one.
so
Yeah,
I
that one I
think
think
it's reasonable to fade in on you've cornered some lower level Zentarum thug. You see that tattoo on his neck, and you've got him 8. You've got him pinned against a wall in an alley somewhere. Who's doing the talking? 8's got him grabbed.
Now, if you'd not like my friend to continue pummeling you, perhaps you might provide us with the information that we're asking for. The location of the Xanathar's guild. Quick as you can.
I told you, I don't know nothing about that.
I
Yes,
think they just used a double negative. Doesn't that mean they know something?
you know, Jules' right.
Sharpens her dagger.
Is your sword named Semantic Argument, Julie?
It is now.
Okay. That's
As a
not what
point of
literally
order.
means. Stab. So 8, I mean, it doesn't seem like he's cooperating.
Punch him.
Yeah, I'm pretty bad at intimidation, but I'll try.
Okay.
I don't say anything. I let you do the talking. But when there's a gap in the talking, I just kind of look around, and then no one says anything.
Do you want
I
me
just
to
punch him in the
do
face.
you want me to
I-
intimidate Dave or
I'll try it.
all right.
Oh, I didn't take intimidation. I thought I took intimidation. Oh, rats.
Or yeah, you can take the lead as well. I'm helping by
Sure,
punching.
yeah, you want to do it that way? I can
Yes.
do it that way.
Yeah, I don't have
17.
much-
Okay, 17. All right. So 8, you give him a shock in the guts, and he's just like, ugh. All right. Listen, they've been coming up from the sewers. Filthy creatures. They got entrances all over the place. We wasn't supposed to say anything because it makes us look bad, but listen, I don't want to die. There's an entrance. It's 2 blocks down and 1 to the north. You'll know them by their symbol, 'cause it's all over the dock ward now. It's a circle. It's got 10 eye stalks, like their filthy leader. I ain't following anything that ain't human. No offense, big guy. And he like tries to pull himself out of your grasp.
Wait,
Thank you for your assistance.
And do you let him go? You put him down?
Well, I was about to, and then the carrier was about to say wait. something.
Okay. So you
No,
still-
I was saying, wait, like that symbol is similar to the purple thing in the Zoblob shop.
And he's brushing himself off, and he looks up at you, 8, and he says, kind of conspiratorially, like everyone can hear it, but he's like, you know, big guy, if you need a job, Zentarum are always looking for enforcers. I don't think I've ever seen one of your kind around here before, but we got plenty of Goliaths, half-orcs, big muscly types. I ain't never been hit as hard as anyone as you, though. I'm gonna be recovering for days. Listen, if you want a job,
You best
ask
start
for-
that recovering soon.
and he looks at you, he puts his hands up, he's all right.
Have you got like a card?
And he says, there are plenty of bars down here that belongs to us. Just look for this symbol, and he like pulls his shirt aside, and you see the snake.
They're also like weirdly anti-non-humans.
Yeah, Makaria like wrinkles her nose at that offer, and she's just like,
I'm also fairly anti-human generally.
And he grins, and he says, well, good. Tell him old Gray Shank sent you. And he like brushes himself off, and he says, ma'am. And he looks at you, Rin. Makaria.
Yes. Yes, Grayshanks. We'll remember that name for when we don't find what we're looking for and we need to find you again. Thank you.
Well, then
I
hope.
turn around with a cloak flourish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I hope Bashaba looks the other way then. And he slinks away into the night.
do you think we could go back to the Zoblob shop?
Why?
Why?
Oh,
No.
I just have let's say a craving for going, that a hankering, if you will.
2 blocks down, 1 block across, and we'll find an entrance marked with a symbol. That's what we were told. Let's follow up on that right away.
Yeah. So you want to follow his directions?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you follow those directions, and at first you don't find anything. You're in this back alley. You're looking around. It's dark, and it just looks like a shitty alley. There's just piles of garbage and like an unconscious drunk. And just about when you're ready to give up, who has the highest passive perception in the group?
13.
Also 13.
12.
Rin, what's yours?
12.
Nice. Okay. All right. So Makaria and Jewel at the same time. Then you notice a symbol etched into a manhole cover.
I think I noticed it because I sit down.
It's a circle. If you didn't know better, you'd think it looked like a sun, but it's a circle with 10 lines radiating out from its center.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
you're
like
sitting
everyone's
on it.
searching, and Makaria gets bored, and she sits down, and like then looks down her like legs at her boots, and is like doing the thing where you like go like this,
It's like
And-
sitting flopping your legs around.
and then like right next to her feet is the manhole cover, and then she's like, oh, right at the same time that Jewel is like, you're sitting.
You're sitting on.
Oh, well, I found it.
Oh, good. Yes. I suppose we go down then.
Yeah.
Try and track back from here. If they can walk from their hideout to here, that means we can walk from here to their hideout. Wherever.
How far away are we from, say, the Gross Tavern where we know he was kidnapped?
The
here?
skewered dragon.
That's the one.
Not far, maybe 2 or 3
Okay.
blocks.
Then this.
So we
probably
are
seems-
close to the Zoblob shop.
You are, yeah. Yeah,
We're
you're
busy
like, I
right
don't know,
now.
you're like over here, maybe.
Every minute we waste is perhaps
Yes.
Floon's life. No detours currently.
We'll go
weren't
on the
super
way back.
concerned about
On the way
Flynn's
back.
life before.
I don't.
I'm concerned about Floon's life only to a point where you're not going to die if we go looking for him, which was why we rested. I would like to get him back in one piece for more gold.
I don't want
That's
to go
true.
down
He's
there.
probably worth more alive.
I don't want to.
Why not?
Look how small that hole is.
You're gonna be fine.
And I go up to
Oh my
8
God.
and I like do the thing again where I like pat their lower arm, and I'm like, there'll be lots of things to kill down there. I promise.
Oh, You know just the thing to say for like, all right, let's go.
Okay.
We're such murder hobos.
So 8. Do you lift the manhole cover up?
Yeah.
Okay. It's heavy and it's made out of iron, but you can do it one-handed. You just reach down and like pull it up. Yeah, a warm, because it's like starting summer is starting, right? So like this kind of warm fetid smell wafts up from the cramped tunnels below. There is no light in the sewer. So 8, how are you going to see? Do you light a torch before you climb down there?
I'm not holding that this time.
That's fine. I'll work something out. Yeah, I'll lay a little touch.
Okay.
I already regret this. I regret it a lot. Like just smelling the sewer hole.
Mhm. Yeah.
Why?
It's going to be unpleasant.
Have you spent much time in morgues?
No.
Well, the bad ones smell like this.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So you climb down into the sewer, and yeah, it's very much like you'd imagine, like the sewer of a medieval city looks like. There are 2 on either side. There is a at least down here there is a walkway that has like regular spillover. The light of your torch scatters rats and roaches as you come down, and then in the center there is a steady stream of wastewater, kind of like gurgling and flowing through the sewers.
I would like to point out that I am using Mage Hand constantly to lift the hem of my cloak above the gross floor.
Excellent. Okay, so if you don't already have it, mark inspiration for your performance up to this point. And you head down the tunnel.
Makaria has like a face mask that she just like pulls up.
Okay.
Maybe it's just like part of a scarf, but
Yeah,
like
tied around your face. Excellent. Okay. All right. Yeah. A putrid stream flows along the sewer tunnel, which leads in 2 directions. In one direction, you see a tiny symbol drawn on the wall in yellow chalk, a palm-sized circle with 10 equidistant spokes radiating from its circumference.
Follow the marks.
So the mark of the Xanathar Guild follows you into the tunnels. So after about an hour of following the signs through the tunnels, you come to a 3-way intersection where a ladder leads up into a stone shaft capped by a circular metal cover. One of the familiar chalk symbols is marked on a wall nearby, but floating near the symbol, this is great, is a spherical grapefruit-sized creature with a bulging central eye and 4 stumpy eye stalks. It notices you as soon as the light falls on it, and it hisses and turns towards you, baring sharp teeth. So let's roll initiative. You've stumbled on a creature.
A friendly
I hiss
guard.
back at it.
A guard for the Xanathar. So let me grab the token, and
You could call it a Xanagard.
you could if you wanted to.
Get out.
I think the Xanathar's Guild probably has a better like marketing team.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah. Okay. So here I'll draw a quick sewer map for you.
It's a tiny beholder.
It's a tiny ass beholder. That's right. Okay. So there's like the tunnel like this.
Hey, what are beholder children called?
I don't know.
Baby holders.
Oh my god. Get out of here. You're all the worst. Okay, so you can kind of place yourselves however you like on here. Yeah, there you go. Okay, cool. Makaria's all by herself. There you go. And I will grab the creature in question. Also, I have a handout because God loves a handout. Check it out. Look at this guy. He's so mad. He's mad at you.
I love
The grapefruit-sized little boy.
Oh man.
Turns his eyes towards you. Hissing.
cute.
I know, right? And he is floating. He's floating over here. Let me clear the initiative. Oh, you guys already rolled. Perfect.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, it's appropriate.
Okay, and I'll roll for this little baby holder.
Do we get 3 11s?
Look at all those 11s.
I love
got
it.
a 16.
And then Jewel got like double us.
All right, Jewel, you were the first to react to this strange creature. What would you like to do?
5 foot of water or 10 foot? Like how?
You don't know how deep it is, but the distance from where you are to the other side is
Yeah, that's what I meant.
10
Like,
feet. It's a
okay,
10-foot
it's
gap.
10 feet. So it'd be a jump.
Yes, yeah, you'd probably need to run and jump,
I think
but I don't know if you have like special jumping stuff.
no. I have climbing, but I don't have jumping. I don't. I can't. I mean, I can pull out a short bow and I can shoot it, but that's way less satisfying than stabbing it. So I think I'll take my turn then, and I'll do I guess a running jump to get next to it.
Okay.
Do I have enough space to do a running jump, or am I trying to do a standing
I
jump?
think if you run like diagonally, right, like
Okay.
this way, and do that kind of like.
Okay. Athletics or for jumping?
No, I don't think you. You can just do it as part of a move action.
Okay.
So you just
Cool.
like, run
So
and
then
jump.
I jump, and then I'm gonna move. And that's my whole action, right? To get
Yeah.
next to it?
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm just like
Unless you do your sprint thing, you could totally get there with the jump and stab it.
Oh, that's right, because you have
that's true. It's a
tabaxi.
female agility. Yeah. So I'll move with the burst of speed because
Okay.
it's my turn.
Yeah,
So then I
yeah.
double my move speed until the end of the turn. So I go all the way up to it, and then I'm like, and then I just want to stab it in the biggest eye.
Okay, cool. Go for it.
That's the goal. With the rapier.
Ooh, you miss.
Oh man.
So you lash out
Disappointing.
with the rapier, and it like floats back away from you. All of its eyes like turning in at you.
I'm not supposed to do that.
You weren't supposed to dodge. Okay, so he is going to shoot his eye beams at you. So let's roll randomly. God, this feels so weird and familiar, but like on a smaller
Don't
scale.
hurt me.
All right.
Yeah, is
It's
this
like the strange flashback.
Yes,
whatever his name, like Grorscht or whatever?
Yep. All
He's
right.
not invisible.
So 4 and 2. So first, one of the eyes glows brightly, and a yellowish hand of force lunges out to grab you. It starts to tangle with you, and I need you to make a strength saving throw as this enormous hand tries to grab you.
Julia.
So yeah, strength save. Yeah, it's going after you because you're right up in its face.
That's what I figured.
Okay, all right. So you resist. You manage to like fight off the giant hand trying to get you.
It's like when you pick up a cat and it just
Yeah, right. Exactly. Just to grab you by the back of the neck, but
no.
and so when that doesn't work, one of the other eyes glows with a grayish color, and then a beam of light flies out, hits you in the forehead. You feel a chill pass over you. Roll a wisdom save.
Neither of these are my good ones.
You did fine on the first one. Okay, all right. So this time, you feel a terrifying sense of fear wash over you. You are suddenly afraid of this angry grapefruit. And
It's so scary.
yeah, it's a terrifying grapefruit, and now
Her hackles
you're
just go
frightened.
up.
Yeah, you have the frightened condition. Okay. So Rin, it is your turn.
I am going to step forward a little bit here.
Okay.
And then I am going to declare to this grapefruit.
Mhm.
I'm going to say, you look more like something I'd find on a rotten food cart than a threat. And vicious mockery.
Okay, great. Good. You look like a food, and not even a good food.
Why did that not
Whoa.
work?
Whoa.
Weird.
Okay, my spell didn't work. I'm
That's
just gonna roll.
cool. I
Just roll.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll check on your macros.
Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. All right. So
It
wisdom
may have
save.
been in translation something.
Yeah. I'll make the save. And I got
It's a
plus-
13, you
yeah,
need a
plus
13.
2. That's all right. I got a 2. I rolled a 2. So he got a 4.
So he takes full damage. He takes 3 damage, psychic damage, and he is at disadvantage for his next.
Okay. All right. So the creature lets out a high pitched shriek of fear and anger as you mock it for looking like a rotten grapefruit. It's just like ah! And despite the fact that it's high pitched and annoying to you, Jewel, it is just another thing to be afraid of. 8. It is your turn.
Yeah. I'm going to go into the water to get to it.
Okay.
And
All
I'm
right.
going to hit it with a sword.
Well, so the water is difficult terrain and is actually quite deep in the middle. So as you get out to it, so you go. Let's see. You went there.
Yeah, I would have stepped off from the corner, so maybe I did.
Okay, so when you step up, when we see 8 step off, this is great because you can't. You don't have to breathe, right?
No.
So we see 8 step off the edge and then just sink into the water and disappear. There's just like some bubbles as he sinks to the bottom. Yeah, the water's like 10 feet deep. So it's not too high over your head, and now you're in it.
Okay. So I will use the dash action in that case, go 10 and try and climb back up onto this side.
Yeah, sure.
Do I need to make like an athletics check to climb
Yeah,
back out?
let's have you make the check because it is you're climbing up the side.
Yeah, absolutely. 10.
Okay, yeah, you're fine. So you can finish your turn there. So you just like climb up.
What would, however, happen, I would be remiss not to mention it, is the torch would go out.
Yeah, that's true. If you're carrying it, you are no longer able to see. So
Yeah, so I climb up roughly where I was intending to go, but I now can't see.
that's so good. So yeah, we just see 8 disappear into the water, and then a second or two later, you just see an arm come up out of the sewage, and another one. They pull themselves up, and then they're just standing there in the dark. Perfect. Good. Fantastic. Okay, Makaria, what would you like to do?
I look at this tiny grapefruit that is now surrounded by my party members. And I'm going to like walk up. Let's see, what do I do now? I don't remember. 5, 10, 15, 20. I walk up right behind Rin and like I stand behind Rin like I was standing behind 8 before.
Yeah.
And I look at the tiny little grapefruit beholder. I'm like, it doesn't look like it could shoot me, but you never know. And then I think I'm
really
just
sheltering behind me. God
Uh-huh.
damn it! You're the cleric.
yeah. I'm gonna like basically hide behind Rin and mine's not working either.
Okay, yeah, we can fix them in between, but you got them in
This
the
one? There we go.
There you
I just so I cast Toll the Dead. So the wisdom save, and then it's just like bells echo off the walls of
Bong.
yeah.
I got a 6 on my wisdom save.
So you take 7 damage.
7 damage. Okay. The hellish grapefruit, the hate fruit, shrivels slightly as death lays its claim upon it. Anything else, Makara?
All
right.
I'm just hiding. I'm hiding. I'm hiding behind Rin.
Jewel, you are afeared at least till the end of this turn. What would you like to do?
So I got to run away.
I think you can attack it. I think you just can't move closer, and if you attack, you're at disadvantage.
Okay. I think then she'll do a combo of attacking and then running away, but she can climb, so she's just gonna kind of run up the wall.
So it's just like and like a cat that's been frightened, lashes out and then scampers up the wall.
Scampers to the highest point because it is safer if I am high up.
Okay, perfect.
So I have disadvantage.
Okay.
And I am going to roll the normal attack, like get away.
Okay, you hit it.
Oh, nice.
Yep, 13's a hit.
I ignore the sneak attack, so it's just 9 piercing. And then
you pop it like a shitty balloon. So you just jam your sword into it in panic, and it just kind of goes like and like deflates, and like it's hanging off the end of your sword now, all limp with its little like eye stalks like dangling. Dripping.
It probably still takes a moment for like the fear to wear off. So she like backs up and like starts climbing up the wall, but it's like splashes it in the water.
Yeah.
Did you kill it?
Yeah, it's dead. Totally not at all, because I was afraid of it. Puts her rapier away. Oh, you can't see, can you?
Oh,
Macaria like steps out from behind Rin and says, "Ah, yes, the Lord of Death has claimed another," and like brushes off her like I helped. Yeah.
you sure none of you can make magic light?
No.
Why would I need
I'll
to
look
make
in-
magic light?
I'll,
I can see without it.
I'll tell you what, 8. I'll look into it for you, but currently, no.
Thank you.
Maybe we can find you like a waterproof torch. What can we attach things to you? What if we got just a light that just stuck on you?
Probably.
Maybe one like right here, like a lamp on your head.
No, that would look stupid.
Okay, well then you can just not see it.
Yes.
It occurs to me.
I mean, you're gonna need to be able to see. So, what are
I'll
you
light
gonna do
another
about
torch.
that?
Is there a door? Something this thing was guarding?
There's
There's a
symbol.
lather. Yeah.
Oh.
And then the ladder goes up, right? So
Yeah.
the
No,
symbol-
there's
ladder
more.
going up.
This was just a junction. There is other there are like other ways to continue on.
Do you want me to see what's up the ladder?
You can poke your head up there if you want.
Take a look.
Yeah, she just climbs up really quickly, but quietly, and like pokes her head up. It looks like a manhole cover, right? You said there was
It
like
is. Yeah. And if you poke your head up, like lift it, you're in like a backyard of some kind of like building.
a couple of dead bodies.
Yeah, right. Somebody throws a dead body on
Yeah.
top of you.
So you know the ones that we found them. Scampers back down. It's someone's backyard. It didn't look particularly exciting. Do we want to see if there's more of these symbols or?
Yeah, they're definitely
Yes.
like when you climb back down, you can see there definitely is. Like you can see one as you look.
And the symbol wasn't like directly on or next to the ladder. It was just
No, this thing was just guarding an entrance to the Xanathar's Guild like controlled area of the sewer.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go deeper.
Okay. All right. So following the sigils, you continue to delve down into the sewers to the point where the kind of larger concourse goes away, and instead you see you have to climb down into like kind of waist or thigh deep, depending on how tall you are, waist or thigh deep, like wastewater essentially, and slog through it as you continue.
Before we like step into that, I look at 8 and I say, actually, I'll carry the torch if you let me sit on your shoulders. I don't want to touch that.
That's fine. I understand that based on the conversations I had, this sewer is in fact not like a prison. This is possibly diseased. I can't get diseases. It will be fine.
Okay.
You're like, good. So you're gonna climb on 8's shoulders.
I would assume that 8 would kneel so I could do it with decorum.
Yes. If you ask.
Please.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna climb up there. All right. So there's only room for one kind of like abreast here. So what is the order you are marching in?
I suppose 8 first.
Yeah, it's either me first or dual scouting.
Yeah, I think Jules probably gonna scout like quietly ahead, maybe like slightly in front of where the pool of light is.
Yeah.
Only if she feels like she can be stealthy.
Okay.
Sure.
So Macaria has a torch in one hand and is like clinging to. So 8, you're not designed to be ridden, right? You can't be used as a mount here. So like anything, you're basically gonna have to spend a turn like getting apart if there's a fight, if you're ambushed.
That seems fine.
Because you're all tangled up. But that's
Yeah, I've just kind of got my shield on, and the other is like a supporting hand for the time being.
okay. How far ahead do you want to go, Jewel?
I think she basically is just in front of wherever their light starts, like maybe 10, 20 feet in front of it, so that like ideally she can go back and warn them to make us maybe more
You
than.
can see what the threat is before the threat sees our light.
Yeah, I think so. So that we can be like, maybe we shouldn't stumble into this area. It's full of murder.
Okay. All right. So
So if it needs to be more than 20 feet, it can be like 30 or
Yeah, I just want to check how far ahead you are. Okay.
Enough that she could get there in a turn.
Sure. Yeah. So not so far. Okay. Do you want to make a stealth check?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, please
I
do.
do. 15.
Nice. Okay, great. So you head on ahead of your friends at a distance of about 20 feet, and yeah, you're slogging through this tunnel, and I have a map for you that you can take a look at. And so yeah, you're slogging through this sewage tunnel on your way through, following the sigils. And I think that as you enter this narrow area, you see there's like other graffiti. So there's more like there's the Xanathar symbol, but other people have like sketched on the walls as they've passed through. You see a primitive drawing of like a human with a crocodile on his head up on one, like high up on one wall. And we see this scene as you skulk through the sewage. Your fur is all like matted with filthy water. You're in a long tunnel that seems to continue just like directly ahead of you.
Okay, she'll keep.
It looks like there's
going.
a junction or something at the other side.
Probably when she sees the junction, she'll like double back to them and be like, "There is a junction up ahead. Do you want me to go look at what it is before we run into it?"
Take a peek
Yes.
around the corners. Yes.
I imagine she like appears behind 8 to ask this question.
Makaria
so
almost falls off, but then like regains.
she'll scout ahead
Real
and kind of go all the way up as stealthily as she can to the
Go ahead
junction.
and move your token. You show me how far you want to go ahead of your friends. So you get up there to the junction, and yeah, you can see. And this is great. So
Confident in herself.
it's a roundabout, right? There's a pillar, and then the water is like flowing around it, so it goes north south from here, the water. And there's a little hole in the wall over here, and behind it, I think. Can you see that? You see that little guy?
I can see a token. I can't quite fully make it out.
Perfect. So you see a shape. You see somebody. There is a wooden stool, and there is a small, kind of grayish skinned, pointy-eared creature sitting on the stool with his feet up and both of his eyes closed, and he's just.
How far is he off the ground?
I mean, he's very short, so the stool is probably only like 4 inches tall.
You said it's like a window, right?
It's it's an arrow slit, right? Like
yeah.
there's
Is
supposed
that
to be,
raised off the ground?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Not how far is the goblin.
I mean, you asked me how high off the ground is he? He's a goblin, so like a couple of feet maybe.
Let me rephrase. How high is the ground the goblin is on off the ground that I am on?
So it's like if the goblin were standing on the ground and you were standing in the water, you'd be at eye level with each other.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. There is a short bow, I want to say. Yeah, there's a short bow lying like near the sleeping goblin.
Okay. And then from there, I can see there's the waterway that goes north-south, and then there looks like there's a doorway off to the side.
Yeah. So this area down here is actually it's like a shore, essentially. There's a widened area, and then there's a door. There's a stone archway with a wooden door in it.
Okay. And then is there like another arrow slit kind of right here on the side?
Yes. Yeah.
Like peers around the corner. Okay. I think then she'll like go back and like reports all of this information. Like there's a sleeping goblin. There looks like a door. There's a couple of guard posts with one goblin in it that I could see. So I imagine they're there to alert others and rain arrows down on us. I'm not sure how quietly any of you can make it past him though.
Quietly enough for myself, anyway.
I have a torch. So
She looks very pointedly at 8 when she says that. Like, let's be real.
If we'd known beforehand, I could have done something about it. But no, these ones are yours. Have fun.
Oh, you want me to murder him?
Obviously.
if you prefer, you could think of it as guiding him to the realm of the Lord of the Dead, where he will eventually go anyway. You're
Is
just
this one of those all life
Yeah.
is going to eventually end and everything we do is futile things again?
Well, yes, I love
can
cutting trips short like that.
you're just making it more pleasant than maybe Xanathar or the Zentarim or whatever thug he gets into a fight with next.
I don't think we
make
should
it.
be engaging in combat separately from one another. Let's all try and get through. If we don't, we'll force our way in.
I'm fine with other people getting into combat separately from myself, honestly.
The
It's
arrow
just-
slit presumably is not big enough for a creature to go through. It'd be big enough for like a weapon to go through.
Yes, it would be the kind of thing that you would fire arrows through. Yeah.
And they're typically designed to have arrows fired through in one direction.
Correct.
So,
yeah.
I
Yeah,
imagine
a two-way arrow slit would be some bullshit.
Yeah. So it would be pretty hard for
You would
Jewel
need
to
like a
do,
pole arm, like a bec de
Yeah.
Corbin or a glaive guisarme or a military fork, maybe. And jam
But a
it in
mage
there.
might have like some sort of caster would have some sort of line of sight on that room.
Yeah, yes, yeah. Like you'd have to stand like basically right in front of the hole to be able to get line of sight on anyone on the other side.
I think the best method is get to the door and then
Mhm.
go through the door and then get the goblin from there.
Yeah, probably. It's just the goblin. My concern, and I think Jules' concern, is the goblin will raise an alarm and then we'll have to deal with more people.
Well, it's
Yeah.
either we successfully
shot
sneak by the goblin or we don't successfully sneak by the goblin. I
We
think
could
that's
ask. We
kind
could
of.
always just ask for them to let us in.
We could certainly try that. All right, so we're
I'll
gonna try
happily
sneak
try
past
and
this
lie
goblin.
about why we're here if you'd prefer.
You lie?
You don't
Just-
think I can?
Kill. the-
It's difficult to do that. There's a very small amount of space a weapon can pass through.
Kill.
go around through the little door and stab him before he wakes up.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, if he's sleeping, why can't we just walk past?
Let's try. What's the worst that'll happen? We wake him up and then he sounds an alarm and then we murder more people and that'll make 8 happy.
Okay.
Like Jewel turns around and sneaks back.
Yeah, I guess I try and sneak with Jewel.
Okay.
She'll probably try and gain a little bit of distance so that maybe she can get to the door and unlock it before someone else. Like I'm gonna say this now and I'm gonna roll terribly on her stealth.
Yeah, make another stealth roll.
Like her goal is to just try and do as much as she can. 26.
Wow. Okay, so you start sneaking back, and then you're following.
Yeah,
Are you attempting to be sneaky as well, Rin?
of course.
Okay, please do, and follow along.
16.
Okay,
Hmm.
all right.
So she's gonna get some distance between them and then get back
Okay,
up to that
don't
junction.
move again until Rin's up there, because I need to know where you are in relation to each other.
I'm just
Okay.
I'm just a little behind Jewel, basically.
Okay.
8. We're not very stealthy with this torch.
I can't. If you guide me very quietly,
I mean, it's a straight hallway.
I don't know how close to get.
Okay, so you just hang on. So Jewel, you're talking, but this is while they're leaving you. So Jewel and Rin,
Yeah.
you get there, Jewel,
Mm-hmm.
and you can see now that goblin is awake, holding his bow and like peering through the arrow slit.
And I like say, yes, fine, I'll guide you. And I just drop the torch in the wall.
Okay, so you are now blind and carrying someone else.
I mean, you could
That'd
just
be great.
run your hand on the walls. It'll be fine.
I think she's gonna maintain as much. Jewel's gonna maintain as much of herself as she can, and she's gonna climb on the wall around the corner, trying to get to that platform without. And it might take a little bit of time.
Okay, so go ahead and go in.
But she thinks that probably going here, like climb under the wall.
So as soon as you
the
get
other
there,
arrow
as soon as you get there, you realize there's an arrow slit on that wall too, and you get right next to it and you see it, and you can't go past it. Like you can't climb on the wall past because you'll block it. And yeah, there's another goblin. You can't see him because you haven't looked in because he'll see you, but you can hear him breathing on the other side. Like
She sort of sits there for a little while and is like, I just.
8. Just move forward in a straight line. Do you remember what the hallway looked like, right? Just touch your hand to the wall and just go straight.
so, Dave, you may not be able to move yourself, but you can tell me like how far do you want to move, and I'll just move you.
20 feet.
Okay, so you just start sloshing forward 20 feet.
I try and be quiet.
Okay.
But
It's hard to do.
many disadvantages.
And are you still carrying Makaria? Okay, then you're definitely at disadvantage.
Definitely a disadvantage.
This is the best.
Okay.
I'll
All
take it.
right. Okay, so they're moving forward. The Voltron of 8 and Makaria, and then so you've realized, Jewel, you're like, oh, there's an arrow slit on this side. Shit. What are you gonna do?
I also was under the wrong impression. I think for some reason I didn't realize the water connected. So I was in water the whole time, right?
Yes, you have been so far. Now you're up on the wall though, and you're kind of like here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Under the impression that land would be. So yeah.
So I make my, because I'm just behind you and I haven't realized you've like stopped. Sort
Yeah.
of thing.
So when you
So
get there,
I'm moving forward and I see you on the wall and I kind of give you a look that's like something else.
so before you turn and you look, right? You get there and you hear a shout. Does anybody speak Goblin?
I think I might actually. Hang on, let me check. No, I do not speak
Okay.
Goblin.
You hear a
Speak
shout.
like-
You're a high-pitched goblin shout from up here, and you hear the goblin shouting, "Briark! Briark!" which you've heard means we surrender, and then you get shot at because he's been holding an action. So as soon as he saw somebody,
Okay.
so he's gonna shoot his bow at you, and then we'll roll initiative to determine the order of everything else. But the goblin sounds the alarm,
Sure.
and there he is.
I was gonna try and do some daring lies.
Yeah. No, he as soon as they woke up, he was like holding his action until he saw a target. So he gets one shot at you.
Sure.
Boing. I got a 23.
That
So
hits
that's
me.
enough to hit you with cover for sure. And you take 8 damage.
Okay, I'm at 1.
So thunk, and yeah, you're like, ugh! This is the moment is like you bump into or you see Jewel. You're like, wait, why have you stopped? And then there's like, Briark! And the goblin fires the arrow at you, and you take the hit. And
Cool.
let's have initiatives.
Oh,
I love level 1. It's such a good level.
Listen, you got to be level 1 before
Oh,
you be
the
level 3.
13 was what Jewel rolled.
Oh, I can roll it again. Or you can put the 13 in.
Yes, yeah, you can. I'll add you. You already rolled. You got your 13 in there. So I will do that for you. Okay, there we go. So there's our initiative order, and the goblins. The goblins get to go. So the goblin that shot Rin will get another shot on her.
Okay.
This time, what's your AC? 13. Yeah, you get hit again for 5 this time.
Okay, I'm down.
Okay. Thunk, thunk. And down you go. And then you hear shouting in Goblin from this like hole, Jewel. But nobody understands it. It's just kind of like nervous shouting. Okay. So 8. It is your turn.
You can put me down.
Oh yeah, you have to do that as well. Good. Fucking great.
Or you
Yeah.
can walk forward and then put me down, so I'll be closer too.
I walk forward 30 feet.
Okay. Now it's
Or
it's
kill
difficult. It's
buttons.
difficult terrain, so you move 3 up. And
Okay.
then
And then you put me down.
you can put Makaria down in front of you too if you want.
Yeah.
Don't
put
do
the
that,
carry down.
please. You have to go through me. Just put me behind you.
Okay, and say light a torch. I'm going to hold up the shield.
Okay, so on Makaria's turn, she can light a torch.
Yeah. If it's my action to put her down, then that's okay.
No, you can just drop her, but she'll be prone if you do.
That's totally fine for 8 to do. I think that 8 wouldn't.
Okay, like if 8 uses an action to set you down, that's one thing. You'll be waist deep in the water. If 8 drops you, you'll fall prone in the water.
I mean, but what would 8 do is the thing, right?
Oh, sure,
Like,
yeah.
No, he puts you down. He's very gentle with it.
Okay, all right. So you're gonna use your action to set Makaria down on her feet instead of dumping her in the water. Okay, great. Jewel.
Jewel sees that Rin went down, so I think her go-to would be to climb down quietly.
Okay. Do you want to be here or here?
Probably. I mean, her goal is to grab Rin and drag her
So here.
slightly farther back and then try and stabilize her.
Okay.
So if it needs be, then I could use my movement to like climb around back here and like kind of go over her and then pull her back down the hallway.
Sure. I think like picking up a person isn't like drawing a sword or whatever. Like I think it's an action to like interact
Okay.
with a corpse.
For reference, I guess this is kind of meta, but like I can spare the dying at a distance as a grave cleric.
Yeah,
so,
like-
And you'd
You
know
don't
the other players would know that. That's not meta.
Yeah.
They know how your magic works.
so you don't have to like wait the medicine check.
Is she too far away? What's your distance on it?
It's 30 feet, but I can
30
also
feet, okay.
like move, you know.
I'm
Cool.
gonna
Then
survive one check. It's not a big deal. But
Yeah, I think seeing that though, she's like, oh, this we need to regroup and replan. Like this did not go the way we thought. We already failed. So I think she'll still do the action where she's gonna, as far as she can, like, and without being able to then do the stabilize, she'll still pull the person back.
Yeah.
Sure.
So how far can she drag? Do you want me
As
to
far
roll?
as you move, you can drag her
Okay.
with you. If you take
So
your
I
action
used
to
some
like
of it
pick her up.
climbing, and then probably I have like another 15 feet. So
Yeah.
probably to there.
It occurs to me that we're in sewer water right now, aren't we?
Remember,
Yeah, that's the other
remember
thing.
remember it's difficult terrain too.
Oh, that's right. So it's probably only more like here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the other thing she's really going to be focused on is like not get her head in sewer water so that she's not also drowning. Like it's like hoist her up under the armpits and then just like.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you spend your turn like pulling her back through the water, keeping her head above the water.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that means it is Rin. It's your turn. We need that death save from you.
Death save.
I'm sorry you got goblins so hard.
Uh,
Hey, there you go. All right, so that's one.
yeah.
All right, Makaria, your turn.
I mean, it's level 1, Adam. It's swinging.
Yeah.
Okay, I will take my action to dig through my pack, grab a torch, and light it.
Okay. And you can still move if you want to.
And then let's
I'm
see.
gonna try
five,
a new way to do the torch thing. So
How do I draw? Where's the ruler? Oh, the ruler
Q.
thing is so different. Okay, you're still 35 feet away, so I can't.
okay, let's
Can't yet, but I move forward.
Dave, I will give you your sight back. Hey, there you go.
Thanks. I love that.
Okay, so Blue Jay, that little yellow blob, can you move that?
Yes, I can.
All right, that's your torch. So just
Okay.
keep it on top of you.
On top of me.
Yeah, because
Got it.
you're holding it in your hand, right?
And it's 5 feet, right?
What do you and you can grab something with your other hand. So what do you have in your hands?
My shield and the torch.
Okay, so you have a shield on your arm, and you have a torch held high, and now you can see. You have sight now. Cool. Okay. And that's your turn. The goblins, they will take their turn. Give me 1 second. I just have to mess with some other stuff here.
Oh, but the light covers her beautiful face.
It's okay. We don't have the official art yet.
Yeah, just got a blob on her face. Let me know if what I just did changes your ability to see. Can anybody not see now? Did I break anyone's sight? I fixed Dave's. That's what I was trying to
You
do.
fixed mine.
Yeah, there we go. Because Dave had.
I think you may have
everybody's
broken mine.
sight. You should be able to see still.
I think I still have dark vision.
You do. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah, your vision is the right distance. It was too much before. I just fixed it for my map. Okay. So anyway, I have to move some NPCs around. Give me a second. Because the alarm has been raised. Okay. I'll go up here. Okay. And then up here. And then this way. Nope, there. Okay. The goblins. All right, I am good. So, 8. It is your turn. You have illumination now.
Perfect. Is all of this difficult? I see there's no wiggly lines here.
Yes, yeah. That you're in the tunnel. The wiggly lines just aren't drawn on every square.
Okie dokie. Use the dash action to move 30 feet.
Okay. So like a speedboat, like you have a wake because you're so strong, right? So there's water just like splashing up on the walls around you, and you push past Makaria gently, and and like head forward.
Yeah, and I draw my sword as part of that move action.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. So you have your sword in two hands, or do you have your sword and shield?
Sword and shield.
Okay. All right. So Jewel, your turn.
They're all kind of moving forward, so at this point, like not.
Get to that door, kill those
Yeah.
goblins.
So she's gonna just like make her way there as fast as she can. So I think it's hops over Rin 1, 2, and it's difficult terrain, so she can't quite get there. Yeah, she can only move for the 15.
Dash.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I guess.
Well, so when you get there, you trigger the goblins held action.
Yeah. Even if I'm heading past.
Yeah, like as soon as his hold was, as soon as I see somebody through the slit, I shoot.
Cool. Then he shoots her, and then she'll continue with the rest of her.
He hits you for 6. Yeah, you get tagged. Now you can keep going.
At least it doesn't stop her action.
Yeah, totally.
And yeah, so I guess the burst of speed, it's technically I can't use it until I move 0 feet on one of my turns, which I haven't used it in this combat.
You haven't used
encounter.
it in this combat.
So
yeah, that's right.
it resets every encounter. Okay, and then she just does the rest of the way, makes it to the door, and then just like tries to kind of tuck into the doorway. And can it open? Is it locked?
No, you can open it. As part of your move, you can just run up and.
She may regret this. She's gonna open the door.
Okay, all right. You yank the door open. There you go. Okay.
I think that's all of the distance she can cover.
Rin?
I'll make a save. Failure.
Okay, so you're 1 and 1.
I am indeed.
Okay, Makaria.
Okay, this time I got it. I will move forward 5, 10, 15 high torch with the torch. And now I'm within range to cast Spare the Dying. I can cast it at the range of 30 feet and as a bonus action. So you are now stable. And
Pong.
I think that it's like, because Spare the Dying is usually like a touch action. I feel like it's just like Makaria like tucks the like shield like under her arm, and then she like with the torch in her hand like pushes her hands forward, and then they like those like skeletal versions of them like extend through 8 to like touch Rin and like
Scaly arms.
bring her soul back from its grave within the sewer water.
Nice. So just to check real quick, you're holding your shield in one hand and the torch in the other, but this has somatic components. I think you need a hand free to cast the spell. So your shield is not in your hand, or
Okay, well, it's a bonus action, so I'll use an action to put my shield down
sure.
and then cast it and then take my shield back up.
Yes, if you
Okay.
just drop your shield, that's fine. Yes, so you can do that if you take that as your action. Your bonus action is the healing. Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay, all right, you are spared. You are spared. And that's Makaria's turn. All right, the goblins. I'll take their turn. Okay. All right, and sorry, I'm moving stuff off screen.
That's okay. It's got to be done.
Yeah, I'm just moving things around that y'all can't see. Go here, Zach. All right, and there we go. Okay, 8. It is your turn.
Okay. Can I see one? Can I see these arrow slits?
No, you can just see what you see. So you see the column, and then you see that the water goes around the column in 2 directions.
Okay. I guess I can't occupy the same square. I've got to get there really eventually. So I'll move to here, and then I move here, and then I realize I can't see anything.
Yeah, right. You've come to the end of your light. You can still move. You can move up or down if you want.
I move back in.
Okay, do you take a step back? You're like, oh, line of sight blocked. Okay, Jewel, it's your turn.
I'm muted.
Yeah, it's okay.
Sorry. She's gonna first step inside, and then probably actually she's gonna take her action to stealth.
Okay, so you want to hide and then move?
Yeah, and hide and then move, because I think that her advantage right now is that them not knowing that she's in there.
Okay.
So stealth 21.
All right.
So she's like, jump.
So you step into the room, you look to your right, and it's a good thing you stealth first, because there's a goblin looking through an arrow slit up there, and he's just peering. He sees big yellow eyes, and he's like looking for you, and like squinting. And like press yourself against the wall, and like sneak into the room.
She's a gray tabby, so she just sort of like blends in with the stone.
The weirdness that is playing a game like this is that there's no way he's looking right at you, but you rolled great on stealth, so fuck it, right? Like it's like magic.
She like drops just below his eye level, and then like does the like cat stalking thing, like
skulking across the floor.
freeze. And so she's gonna kind of move around until she finds any way to access like where they are. So
yeah,
I guess
there's another door
the
there.
other door.
Yeah.
You
wanna open
can she open it?
Yeah. Boop. And you pop that door open. Okay, and that's your turn.
Pops in there. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Rin, you're unconscious. You got
I'm
spared,
stable
but
and
not
unconscious.
not
There's
healed.
something I can
Okay. And Makaria, it's your turn.
I will go forward another 15 feet.
Okay.
And now that I'm close enough, I will cast Cure Wounds. But I actually have an ability for this, which isn't for some reason in here. You get the max number of healing possible.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
So it's 8 plus my spellcasting ability modifier, which is 3.
Sweet, I'm back at full.
Nice.
Yeah. And that's
Rin coughs and splutters and realizes that she has been, not that she has been shot necessarily, but that she's lying in sewer water.
God, yeah.
She looks like a bedraggled crow. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. Your hair's all sticking out in
worst.
clumps.
Yeah. And there's a moment she looks up at Makaria and goes, Makaria, I think I've been shot.
Oh, and I have to drop my shield to be able to heal her.
Sure.
So my shield's in the muddy water, and like fictionally, I'm like helping you get yourself out of the water on your turn.
That's so good. Okay, so maybe that's the cue for us to take our break. Is that like you look up that I've been shot, and then we fade to break. So stick around. The conclusion of the Xanathar's hideout battle when we get back. Don't go anywhere. This stream is brought to you by Roll20, an easy-to-use virtual tabletop dedicated to making tabletop RPGs accessible to everyone. Join the adventuring party at roll20.net. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the sewers. Welcome back to the stinky sewers of Waterdeep. No offense to whatever guild is responsible for making them not stinky.
I agree.
But
They suck.
this is the bad part of the sewer, and currently our PCs are neck deep in it. So this is the beginning of a new round, and rather than moving all this other stuff, because there's other tokens that I have under my control, rather than moving them on the goblins' turn, I'm gonna give them their own turns. So let me roll for them for this round.
Okay.
All right, so there's one. I just wanted to wait until the beginning of the turn so that I could roll properly.
Because soon the goblins will be dead.
There's two. I mean, maybe. Also, cool, creepy voice. Good work.
Yeah, that was
Nice,
really good.
Ma.
That was some good witch voice
Yeah.
right there.
Jeez.
Pull the lever. 8.
Dave has bad trauma from pulling levers. Dave, pull a lever. Oh, you fall. Okay, so it is the turn of the goblins. So this goblin, having heard the door open, will come over here and look around for you because you're standing right in front of him. I think it's reasonable for me to give him advantage on this roll.
That's very reasonable.
Like you're standing out in the open.
I mean, it's advantage, but he needs a 21 or some shit, right?
Yeah, I got a 2. I got two double 2s. So
They do the thing where he looks around and she just like walks around him.
let me look at the hide action to make sure, because I feel like you're not invisible here. Let's see.
No, you specifically need stuff to be hiding with.
Yeah.
I mean, she probably would have stayed behind the corner,
Follow the rules for hiding.
but I didn't want to stay in the doorway.
Yeah, I
can't,
think he sees you. I think if he's
fair.
looking right at you, and there's nothing to obscure you, I think you lose your stealth from him. You're nice and quiet, and he's got a short bow in his hand, so he shoots it at you, and he gets a 12. So
That
you
misses.
dodge out of the way, and it flies past. Yeah, I think it's reasonable for you to have been hidden before, because the arrow slit only gives him a narrow field of vision. But now it's like he pops out and he's like, ah! And like fires off a shot, and it bounces off the wall next to you. The other goblin does what he's doing. Okay, 8. It is your turn.
Okay. As much as I would love to have my shield, I need to pop it away and torch it, because having to wait for somebody else to be able to move forwards is...
Yep.
Okay, so sword in one hand, torch in the other, and you're going to use your action to torch.
Yes, please.
Okay, I will give you a torch. Let me change control of it. This is the 8 torch.
Mhm.
There you go. Okay, now you have your
My
own
AC's
torch.
okay without the shield, so I should be fine.
Ugh.
Okay,
Drop my
so
torch.
that's 10.
Did you just drop it?
You
can do it on your turn.
Do I see this dude here? Does he shoot me?
Let me see. Hang on, I'm just moving your torch out of your way. So, yeah, he can't. Yeah, like you can see him, but he only really has sight to like this corner. So you see the arrow slit, and maybe you see part of him, but he's heavily hidden behind there.
Okay, sick. I'm going to ignore him.
Yeah, you can go the other way, totally.
Can I move this diagonal, or
No,
do I have...
you have to go around
Left.
the
Okay.
And remember, it's difficult terrain. So
Yeah,
you
it's
go around the
5, 10.
corner, you see the goblin, maybe you see the end of the arrow pointing out of the hole, like wobbling up and down. Just go the other way.
Yeah, and I'm just like, no, and I just go the other way.
Yeah. Okay, great. Is that your turn? Yeah, because you lit the torch. Yeah.
Sure did.
Okay, Jewel, there's a goblin holding a bow, thinking about whether he should draw an arrow and shoot you with it, or what the hell he's going to do with his life.
Yeah, I'm gonna stab him.
Yeah, that's probably a good.
That just seems move forward and
Now you don't have to speak. You don't have to speak Goblin to understand that his body language and whatever he's saying to you is like, whoa, this is just a misunderstanding. We're just listen, don't, and you just
yeah, no, I don't even.
okay. Yeah, he's rushing.
Give him a good old stab.
20.
Oh boy, yeah, you get him.
Get him with 10 piercing damage.
All right, yes, that is definitely enough. The rapier just takes his goblin head off. I think you just rush him, stab
I'm sorry,
the sword into
what was
him.
that?
Yeah, and he just falls down, and he's holding his bloody hands, and he looks up at you, and in Goblin, he says something like really poetic, and then dies, but you don't understand it.
Something about his children, his wife, and
Yeah, right. Like,
husband.
and here, this sewer shall be my grave, as it was
And as he's saying
in
that, she
life,
just steps
my
over
prison.
him
And you just, draw your sword out of him and step over.
and kind of goes this way and it's like, oh, look, a slit here. And oh, look, it's a slit here. And then just like waves through the hole.
Hi. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. Now that you're in front of them, you can see 8's eyes are red.
Oh yeah, kill mode engaged.
Yeah. I thought about it between sessions. We've currently got 3 emotions. We'll let them all play out with their own
Nice.
colors.
Nice. Little known,
Yeah, she'll
little
probably
known
be
fact.
like, come inside, come inside.
Yeah, little known fact. 8 was composed of many other pieces of machinery, and his face is made out of a PlayStation 4 controller.
Yep.
All right, cool. Is that your turn, Jewel? Okay. All right. Rin, you are prone in sewer water.
I get up and we're
Okay.
here.
Let me remove your falling down token. There you go. Okay. You get up. Take a step forward.
I can't really do anything else.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
You've got the action.
I mean, I
Dash.
guess, but what I was hoping to do is have vision of the goblin so I could just like spell cast him away. But I can't see him. So I guess I'll
Yeah,
just
best not to just step out in front of him.
well, I'm not gonna step in front of him. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
go the same way that Dave went up here. And then be done.
Okay. All right. So, meanwhile, inside the dungeon.
It's Grandpa.
Okay, yeah.
I can't see tokens.
Grandpa takes the move action. Makaria, it's your turn.
I watch as 8 lights a torch in front of me while I'm holding a torch, and I look at it, and I look back, and there's a little bit of like humph, and then I drop it in the sewer water
Okay.
and pick up my shield again.
Okay.
So like dropping is no action, but like
picking up your putting your shield in your and your shield's all like dripping with
I mean, at this point, none of us are clean, really.
there's like a chunk of like discarded fabric like hanging off of it. Like shake it off the shield.
And I move forward to right here.
Okay. All right. There's a goblin behind this arrow slit who's just holding his bow, being like, "Come on, come on, come on," waiting for someone to get in the way. Okay, all right, and that's your turn, Makaria. Okay. Okay, let's see. 12 and 13 is passive perception for y'all.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Nice and easy to remember.
Okay. I don't think you see anything, but you hear a creaking sound. You hear a click and then like a somewhere down this way. Yeah. That's what you hear. Okay. And then this guy's going to go back the fucking way they came. All right. And now it's goblin time. The goblin's not very smart. He's just going to keep waiting. All right, 8, your turn.
Okay. I'm going to 5,
Mm-hmm.
10,
Yeah.
15.
Dry land, sort of.
Try land.
So you
Is
pull
this
yourself
door
up out
open?
of the water.
Yeah, is this door open or closed? Did
Oh, it's
it
open.
stay?
Yeah, the door's hanging open.
Blonk. Blonk. I walk in here because Jewel was like, come in here. I was like, okay.
All right. Sounds good. All right. So, Jewel, your turn.
She stares and I think she's gonna meet up with the rest of the group at this point. So she's gonna kind of go back around the corner and see if she eventually catches. She sees like 8's light.
So you can see there's stuff in this room. Nothing
Yeah.
that is alive, but this room is littered with rusty weapons and threadbare clothing. It looks like things that were fished out of the sewer that like maybe might have been of use have been thrown into a pile here.
Gross. Is there any doors or anything in that room?
Look at this hat. I found it in the sewer. There's nothing. Yeah, you'd be able to see the doors. There's nothing you can see in there.
Okay. Then yeah, she's gonna kind of just reconvene and meet up with 8. I think she can make it most of the way there, at least to like the doorway, the second doorway, and then be ready because like they're probably gonna want to go back down those stairs because that was the only other thing she saw.
All right, Rin, it is your turn.
Okay. I guess I'll go there. So that's 10, 20, 30. And then I'll climb up here for a second action. Move here.
Yeah.
And I heard a click from like down somewhere.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move a little bit further this way and keep my eyes down this tunnel here.
Okay, sure.
And that's it. That's all I can do.
All right. Sounds good. Okay. Makaria, it's your turn.
So there's a goblin like right here.
Yeah, like you can hear him breathing and muttering to himself in Goblin, like, all right, Krunk, you can do it. You could be a hero, Krunk. Don't listen to what your wife said. She doesn't know. You're destined for big things. Who cares what your kids think of you? Everything's going to be fine. This is your day, Krunk. You're going to do it. But it's in Goblin. So you just hear like...
And Makaria is like standing right there, like listening to the breathing and the mumbling. And then she like says loud enough for him to hear, like, who's that? Who's there? And then she's going to cast Toll of the Dead.
On this dude? Yeah, I guess you can. You have line of sight.
You can hear. It's not sight. It's
right. So, bong. Okay. All right. So he hasn't been injured. So it's the lesser of the lesser of 2 damages. And let's see how he does. It's a DC 13 wisdom save.
Wisdom save, yeah.
They're not good at this. Survey says he got a 0. So so he's holding the thing. He hears the bells. He's like bong, and he like grabs his chest. He's like, oh no, not again. And he's like trying to breathe, and he has a flashback to like he's in a room with a goblin in like a doctor's coat, and they're speaking to each other in Goblin, but we get subtitles, and the doctor goblin is like, listen, Kronk, you have to cut back on your cholesterol. And Kronk's like, it's fine. I'm a young man. I've still got plenty of life left in me. And the doctor goblin's like, if you don't take better care of yourself, you're going to have a heart attack and die, and then your kids will be orphans. And then he flashes back, and he's just like, what would you like to do with the rest of your turn?
And he's got, like, on the stool next to him, like, a Happy Meal.
Yeah, right. There's, like, a half-eaten chicken leg on the floor and, like, grease spots all over the walls.
Makaria is going to, like, giggle a little bit when she hears him, like, choking. And then I'm going to like mechanically take the dodge action because I also heard the click down the hallway and I see Rin there. So
Told the Dead is a bonus action for you?
Let me just check.
Because dodge is a full action.
Oh, never mind. Yeah. My bad.
Okay.
MB.
Okay. All right. So
I don't do that. I just stand out in the open like an idiot.
So that's fine. He can't see you. He just thinks he's having a heart attack. There is a door that opens. Your vigilance is sort of semi-rewarded. A secret door opens in the wall over here. I'm gonna draw it back on kind of open because the person on the other side opens it just enough to like look out, sees you, and takes a shot at you. So through this secret door down here, you see a face peer through. This person is wearing long, ragged black robes. They've got a black hood up over their head. They have a grayish green skin and like one snaggly tusk sticking out of their like wide jaw. And they have a skull either tattooed or like painted on their face. And they open the door and they snarl at you and they hold up a wizened hand and throw a bolt of magical fire in your direction.
Okay.
So this dude hurls a bolt of fire at you. And I get a 24.
Yeah, you hear me.
So, it's a
You
crit.
don't need to roll so well.
You
Oh,
take-
it's a crit.
You
Oh,
take
good.
nine fire damage.
I am down again. Fucking
So he just
hate this.
and he throws a firebolt at you, which strikes you, throws you back against the wall, and you slump to the floor, sizzling.
Right, good.
And
Fucking
you
great.
hear a voice echo. The rest of you hear a voice echo in common. You hear that and more for those who oppose the Xanathar Guild. And then you hear like footsteps as the creature recedes away from his secret door. Okay, so continuing adventures of people moving around.
Melodramatic.
The goblin Crunk staggers back into the room, holding his chest, and then looks at this. You can't see this, but he comes around the corner and bumps into the person that just shot you with fire, and the person with fire snarls at him like, "Argh!" And like he's like, "But my heart." And they have a moment, but he doesn't go any further. 8, it is your turn.
So I hear this happen, like back here.
Yeah. You hear the sizzling of the firebolt. You hear it
called
crash
out.
into. Yeah, you hear it crash into her.
Jewel looks at 8. That doesn't sound good. Or smell good.
Yeah, I'm going to say I'm going to investigate. And I move here. And I move here. And I move. I can like see that it's like here. Is this where the secret door is, or is it in this
Yeah,
square?
it's on that tile. It's like open. I'll move it, but keep in mind that it's not actually. Actually, it would have swung closed, so you can't see where it is because it's a secret door, right? So that's like the jam. It would have been loaded to swing closed. So while Dave knows that it's on the wall there, 8 does not see anything except Rin smoldering.
Right. If I didn't see that there was a place for me to go, am I okay to move back? and
Yes,
stay
yeah.
there?
You could have stopped before you stepped into the sewage.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll do that, and I'll use an action to stabilize her with my healer's kit.
Okay, so you use one use of the kit.
Yep.
All right. Jewel? I love that 8's like thing is destroying and fixing, where you're just like, oh, broken humanoid, repair.
I mean, being like, where'd it go? Okay, something bad is clearly happening. I murdered the goblin on this side. So Jewel walks back onto where she sees Rin and then kind of surveys the area. Is there anything else that needs to be murdered in line of sight?
If you'd like to use an action to like look around, like for example, looking for the source of the attack, you could do that as your action.
Rin's been stabilized, right?
Yes. Yeah, Rin's just sleeping.
Okay. Yeah, she's sleepy. Yeah, she'll spend the action trying to look where the source of the attack came from.
Yep. Make a perception check.
She has no idea.
No, you don't. It's like, what happened? Fire
Yeah,
from
basically she
nowhere.
like pops in the doorway like, why are you on fire? It was goblins. Goblins don't do fire.
All right. So Rin, you're unconscious. I will operate my NPCs. Okay, Makaria, it is your turn.
I would like to move 10 feet and look through the thing. Can I see the goblin? I can see him like with my eyeballs, but can I see him enough to cast another Toll the Dead is my
Yeah. So like you just put your face up to the arrow slit, which no sane person would ever do.
No.
So you just jam your face up against the arrow slit and you squint and you see this goblin. You see his back and he's talking to someone and he's like,
Damn it.
he's gesticulating wildly, and someone else is like grunting at him in goblin to like get back to work.
Okay, well, another DC 13 wisdom save, but I rolled so poorly on the D12. God damn it.
Oh, right. Yeah, you rolled worse on that one. Okay, I got an 11, so he takes 2 damage. So we cut to him, and he's saying, we get the subtitles, he's like, boss, I think there's something really wrong. I need help, boss. And the orc guy, the orc guy is like, get back in there. We have intruders. You have orders. And then Crunk hears the bell again. He's like, and he like slides down his boss's body, clutching at his robes, like, and like falls to the ground dead.
And then can I move more?
Yeah. You can finish your movement.
Okay. It's still difficult terrain, so
Kid Thanos over here disintegrating everybody.
I think I can get just there.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I hope someone doesn't aim at me.
Okay, all right. So let's see. What is this guy gonna do? I think he's going to. I know what he's doing. Okay, all right. I did his action. I know what he's doing. All right, and then up here. There we go. There's no more goblins. 8. It is your turn.
Okay. Having knelt down and stabilized our friend here, is it reasonable for me to work out the direction from which she was shot? From, like, I guess it's only a fireball.
Can't
not
I
like
just-
an arrow.
I saw the direction it came from, but I was over here, but it would have come from like
Well, you can just like
there.
You have the opportunity to make a perception check, just like anybody else does. Like you're like, okay, the target it would have fired from over here somewhere. You can make the check. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that an action?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Again, hold your torch, wave it in the air. You see only the slick walls of the sewer.
I guess I do nothing. Yep. Is there anything else I can be doing that's useful?
Like the dodge
Dodge
action is sort of
action.
the do nothing if you.
No, I mean, I've
You
used
made
my
an
action
action already, yeah.
Oh, that's true.
You could go back inside to where we're not all hanging out within clear sight of people that throw fire bolts.
I
Because
mean,
wherever it came from, it hit Rin, who's right here. So it can hit us.
yeah, I'd rather they attack me so I can see where they attack me from, and then I go over and beat the shit out of them.
Well, can you use your movement to help drag Rin to safety?
Yes.
Jewel had pointed out like there's a room full of crap that we could chill out in for a minute. Like,
Yeah, I drag her like back into her.
Okay, so you can move half your movement rate if you're dragging.
Sorry.
That's okay.
She-
So there isn't really room with the
10, 15.
you got a cat in the way,
climbs to the ceiling.
right?
Okay, so I move into that square and just like push her past Jewel, like onto the floor into the space in front of me, and then I move back.
Okay. Yeah, that seems fine. Like, just drag her and push her into the corner. All right. Jewel, your turn.
I ask the question like, do we want to try and find where that person came from, or do we want to just go down? There's a flight of stairs in here, and who's going to help Rin?
Oh, are you looking?
We will ask the group.
I feel like Makaria feels like you're looking pointedly at her, and she says, "Fine, I'll wake up Rin."
I think Jewel is basically go further into the area that they were in, unless anyone like seems really enthusiastic.
I would rather not be standing on this very pointedly above the water ledge where we can get shot at by whatever that was.
Oh,
I'm going to see if I can find anything down those flight of stairs in here. So she'll head back in. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Come back out and face your death.
Past the goblin corpse.
Okay.
And into the
Yeah,
back
you see
into
a set of stairs that descend down into a tunnel. Yeah, damp walls, slick stone, etc.
It's gross.
Yeah. All right. Rin, you're sleepy. Grandpa. Goes...
Grandpa.
Okay, so you see something. You see a figure come around the corner. He is short. He has grayish blue skin, a big white beard. He's got like armor on. I think he's carrying. What is he carrying weapon wise? I think he's like a hammer. No, he has a pick. He has a big pick in his hands, and he comes around the corner, and he like starts his shield. And he looks at him, he's like, and he turns over his shoulder, and in common, he's like, "Krintz, I found him!" And then he falls back around the corner. All right, Makaria.
I was like, oh my gosh, something else again. I just disappear for 30 seconds.
5, 10, 15, 20. I stand here next to my fellow half elf, and I look down at you for a second. And then I like, and I like touch my hands to your dirty sewer covered body, and you get 11 HP back.
Woo!
Because I used my thing again.
All right. Okay, so you're back.
And then I say something really snarky like, "Good morning, princess."
I give you a dirty look. That's about all I can do.
Okay. So let's see. Okay. You see a familiar figure peer around the corner, Jewel. So he looks slightly more beat up than the last time you saw him. I guess you saw him getting beat up. It's a human. He's wearing leather armor. He has a bald head covered in eyeball tattoos. And the last time you saw him, he was fighting with Yagra in the Yawning Portal. So he peers around the corner and he scowls and he's like, "You again!" And he shoots at you.
I would contest that he probably never saw her.
He's seen you in the thing. He knows you're friends with the people that are friends with Yagra. He recognizes you by your reputation. And he shoots his crossbow at you. Boing. And he gets 13, so you dodge.
Jesus.
And then he will finish his action by falling back into the tunnel. All right, 8, your turn.
Yeah. Torn slightly between expecting there to be someone to come out so he can fight them here.
You're yelling at a wall, yeah.
And hearing actual combat going on back over there. Let's go over here. 20, 30. Let's just move again. 10.
Okay, so dash action is your action.
Yeah, and yeah, I see Jewel and point.
Eyes wide, like someone just shot her.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. 4.
Okay, sounds good. Jewel.
Ah, crap. There's someone down there, and I'm probably not going to be able to sneak on them.
Just let me go first.
I mean, they might not be expecting someone to crawl on the ceiling or the wall.
That is true. Like, this is where I want to try and stomp on the ceiling. No, she'll be like, okay, and she'll get behind 8, and she will hide behind 8 and quietly use him as cover. And then she'll just hold her action. Either if someone comes up the stairs and gets near her, then she will stab them. But
okay,
that is.
If someone gets within range. Okay, Rin, you're awake again.
Yay!
You smell like burnt sewer.
Yeah, it's really like she is visibly like notably perturbed by this, like very much so. It's clearly very important to her that she not be covered in fucking sewer gunk, but here we are.
It's like, think about how, as a normal person in the audience, how much you would hate being dunked in sewer gunk and then lit on fire, then magnify that by like 100.
Yeah, she's like very upset. But so she gets up and she like grabs, oh, my bad. She gets up and she like grabs her viol case from her back though, and like takes her instrument out and like tries to, you know, like walk through this door here. But wait, I'm going to wait here, I think, before I have like more movement to go into the room. I don't want to fucking stand out in the open again and get shot a fucking third time.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. Cool. Okay. So, you're good. This guy, let's see, I gotta goes here. Okay, cool. Oops, sorry, I took him off the order. All right, Makaria, it's your turn.
So you're not. Well, I also have an aversion to being shot, so I understand. I will tiptoe past 5, 10, 15. I will tiptoe past Rin and then see that both of them are standing on the wall. So 20.
We having a standing against the wall party?
Yeah, we're having a standing against the wall party.
Okay.
I would like to, I'll go to here and then say to Rin through the slit, I'll be like, Rin, there's space here for the whole not being shot thing. Someone might come through that door.
Yes, I'll catch up with you in a second.
Okay.
And then I guess my action will be, because I just did my 30 feet of movement. So I'll take the dodge action. I'm just like, I'm ready.
All right, you are dodging. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. And then... Eight, it's your turn.
Okay.
Ominous silence.
5,
Yeah, right.
10, 15, 20. I walk around the corner.
Okay, you get shot at.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. Okay, so let me get out my bandit character sheet here. Poing, crossbow goes off, but it just hits your shield, and I guess no, you're not holding your shield. What's your armor class?
19.
Still doesn't hit you, or doesn't hurt you. It hits you, but doesn't do anything. So yeah, you hear a crossbow go off in the dark, an arrow, and then just bounces off of you.
Okay. And I move 10 more feet, and there's something.
Oh no, you can go under. You can go under that. That just is the. It's the sewer above you, so you can pass right through there.
Okay.
Let me clear the. The.
Yeah, depending on how far away it is, it's a different action.
There you go.
Yeah, I walk up here and I take the dodge action. I could have taken it first. That would have been. Shut up. Okay, I'm good.
So you took the move action, and then you want to
Dodge.
You're dodging. Okay.
Yeah, because I still can't reach him even if I move another
Right.
30.
Okay. Yes. All right. Jewel.
She's gonna start by following behind 8 because that's what they agreed on. So 1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think she ends up just behind 8.
Okay.
So
Does
she see the person?
unlike 8, because 8 only has the torchlight, you can see out here. You can see Krentz has like fallen back, and he's watching him like reload his crossbow.
I think she taps 8 on the shoulder and she says, "That asshole's right in front of you. You should probably kill him."
Yep. It's like, he's just walking.
I'll follow your lead.
It's like,
And then she just stays behind him.
okay.
Are you also taking the dodge
I
action?
will also take the dodge action because why not?
You'll dodge in advance. All right. Rin.
Okay. I'm thinking like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to there, and I can see the back of Jewel. So with a shrieking strike, punctuating strike of the instrument.
What's great is that musically, a short like sound like that on a violin is called a stab.
Yep. With a stab on her vial, she declares for our furry friend. What am I gonna say for this one? Her strikes were true, as a forlorn love poem and
Nice.
give you a bardic inspiration. So there you go.
Cool. All right.
It's a
you got
D6, right?
Yeah.
that
Cool.
bardic inspiration. Let's make it a pink dot. That'll do. Okay.
Nice.
All right. So. Okay. Makaria.
To stay or not to stay? Well, I suppose everyone else is going ahead. I might as well just. And she's like mumbling to herself and looking through the like thing to see if anyone's like coming up behind them. And then she's like, oh, fine. And I'll move after everybody. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And then I see down this hallway. Hey, look, there's somebody
Yeah, it's Krantz.
too far away. So I'm just going to yeah, I can't really do much of anything. What does Bardic Inspiration do? Does it give dice for damage or
Total Dead's totally 60 feet.
is it? Let me check.
Has it?
Oh, it is 60 feet. Yeah. So I like peek behind Jewel. I thought it was 30 because that was Spare the Dying, the last thing I looked at, but it's 60 feet. So I peek behind Jewel and 8, and I see in the dimness of the hallway a body, and I point at it, and you hear the dolorous bells fill the air, and I
Okay.
say aloud, "The Lord of Bones comes for you." And I don't click that one. I
Click
click
the other one. There it is. Okay. So let's take a look here at old Krantz. He got a 5, so good work for him. He takes 7 damage.
7 damage.
All right. Cool. Ask not for who the bell tolls, Krantz. It tolls for thee. All right, and that's your turn. Okay. All right. Krantz will fire his crossbow down the hallway at disadvantage at the closest target. He will get a 10. So he misses you. And then he moves out into the darkness. All right, 8, your turn.
I hate these people so much. It has been 36 seconds and counting since I've first seen a target, and I have not yet been able to attack them. I am growing incredibly impatient.
Well, you don't have to worry anymore because as soon as you step out here, from your right, an enormous creature appears as if a waterfall is like passing over it. It was invisible until you stepped in the room, so he gets advantage on this attack, and he appears, and it's a giant dwarf, and in his hands he holds a war pick, which he brings down with full force. So advantage on this attack. He is enlarged. Let's see how we do. He gets a 17. So you move out of the way. What is it? Do you jump forward? Do you jump back? Like, what is it that allows you to dodge this like surprise attack?
Honestly, they're so busy delivering the speech. I think it just hits them directly on the head.
Yeah. So it's
Doesn't
just
even-
pure armor.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you all hear like a resounding clang as this war pick crashes into your armor, and yeah, there's this angry looking deep dwarf
It's
snarling
funny
at you.
because there was just like a dolorous like bell, and now there's like a clang. It's just hella noise.
Yeah. So he's enormous, and he's got his shield and his scale armor, and he's like crashes the weapon into you, and you resist the blow. Now you can finish your turn.
Perfect. Swing for 23.
Okay. Yeah. You hit.
Deal 8 slashing damage to him.
Okay, so it doesn't change his hit points or anything. Just gives him strength advantage. Okay, and you deal him 8 damage. Okay,
That's correct.
yeah, he's still going. You slash into him. He gets the shield up, but you still manage to hurt him. Jewel, it's your turn.
I mean, she heard this, so she's gonna. That's not what I wanted. How far is it? She can only kind of get to the corner. I can't attack him from that corner.
No, you won't be able to attack around the corner.
Have you stood still at all?
I can't remember. So I'm
No,
gonna
you've
say I
moved
probably
at least.
haven't.
You've been scampering
I've been-
around.
I've been moving a lot, so I don't think I've stayed still for a round. It might be worth just doing that now and then dash action or moving twice so I can actually attack him. So I think she's gonna hold back and she's gonna like, get herself ready. She's like, you've got this, you'll be fine, 8. Just have some fun. And then kind of looks back at Makara and she's like, I'm also a little like there's like blood coming off of her. She got shot.
Yeah.
If you
Oh, sorry, I can't do anything about that.
Okay, great. And then she's just going to prepare herself. So I'll dodge action.
Dodge action
just
again?
in case
Okay.
somebody rounds the corner.
All right, Rin.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
You're talking about needing healing, right? Jewel, was that what that just was?
I have 3 hit points, so
Okay, yeah. So I am going to step forward so I can see you a little better, and then offer to you another stab on the instrument on the vial, and the words what
I think she makes
and,
this like
and miraculously her wounds closed, and
Nice.
then I'm going to healing word you.
Yeah.
you. I like having a nice. That puts me to full because I have 9 hit points.
you go.
Fantastic.
I think though every time you make that noise on the veil, she sort of goes
Yeah.
like there's just like that cat meow sound every time. Like
Okay. All right. So that's your turn, Rin. You got anything else?
Yep,
to do?
that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So finally, having met a worthy opponent, I guess that'll remain to be seen. The Warforged 8 takes an attack. So the war pick swings in. I get a 9. You block. You don't even need a big AC. I'm rolling terribly. I don't think he's gonna move. I think he's just
Excuse
gonna
me?
try to block you in the room. Just keep fighting you. Makaria, it is your turn.
I like look ahead to where 8 is, and I look to Jewel right in front of me, and I'm just like, oh, well, this is probably going to go poorly, but. And I just like shrug, and then I'm gonna move forward 5, 10.
I guess I'll die.
5, 30. And do I have like I can see like half of this guy? Is it enough to cast my Dolorous spell?
Yeah, totally. You can see enough of them to hit him with the.
Okay. So let's see if it works this time. It did. Okay. I just changed it from spell card back to attack, and
There you
it
go.
fixed it.
Okay.
So wisdom save.
Bong. All right, wisdom save. Come on, Big Gray. He gets a 19.
Well, then he takes no damage.
That's right. He doesn't care about death.
Ugh.
Death doesn't come for me. All right. And that's your turn?
Aw.
Okay. All right. So. I think.
Were you supposed to be able to read what that says?
Read what says.
The token in the turn order.
Grumshar?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you are. That's the guy's name. So he let's see. So this is the spellcasting half orc that we saw before. So he comes into the room and then moves here. Because if Makaria can shoot like this, he can shoot like that.
Okay, I'm not shooting though. I'm just sounding.
Yeah, but you still have to have line of sight. So he's gonna throw a firebolt at 8. Let me find his thing. Hurls a firebolt at you, and he gets an 18. So hits you, splashes onto the wall. Molten fire thrown against you, but not enough to melt your hide. Speaking of hiding, it's your turn, 8.
Okay, let's move and tie these nuts up. Woo! Spellcaster, big guy. Spellcaster, big guy. Let's just go one at a time. We'll take the big dude.
Okay. Nice.
Boy. 16 points of damage.
Okay. He's still going.
Yep. And 8 is humming very softly.
Nice.
Himself.
All right. So Jewel.
Like musical humming or like machine whir humming?
Just a
Okay,
Yeah, just like whistling while he works.
good.
So,
All right, so
Jewel, you've
Jewel-
been healed, you've been buffed, you've been preened and
ready.
prodded. You're ready to go.
all I need to do is not roll terribly. So she's gonna move all the way up here with her very quick movement. See kind of like 8 is between her. She's like, yeah, all right, target here. 8's next to it. Stab, stab, stab.
Yeah.
So let's
get
roll
that.
for stabbing.
You get that adjacency business, so you can
Yeah.
do your sneak if you hit him.
You certainly do not.
I'm not even
boy.
gonna use the bardic inspiration. There's no way that'll
No,
help.
there's no way. You just
Oh, this is just as poetic.
scamper on up. You're like, and you hit him right in the armor, and your rapier just like bends. You're like, oh. Well, that was a good turn. It's fine. That's
Cool.
That's cool.
That
Ran,
was
it's your
Jewel's
turn.
Okay. I will get myself up towards where the party is here.
Mhm.
I can see the edge of a Duragar, but that's all. Like as far as size wise goes. I think I can get like to this square.
Mhm.
Yeah. And that's I can see the big token. Does that count as line of sight, Adam? Or
Yeah,
do
yeah,
I...
he's a big dude. That's fine. You can see his shoulder and like part of it. Yeah, you see enough of him. You get line of sight.
So this one isn't accompanied by a stab from the vial
Mhm.
because it's cantrip. You know?
Right.
And she just sort of points with the bow that she's been using,
Mhm.
and says, "Big as you are, it's not going to help you."
All right.
Vicious mockery.
Yeah. You say Wingardium Leviosa.
Wingardium Leviosa. Vicious mockery. So
All
it's a
right,
four.
viscous mockery. Here we go. Wisdom save, DC 13. These guys have any resistance, poison spells, charms, paralysis? Okay. Nope. Looks like it hits. And true to your form, you are correct. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. And he
Wait,
turns.
does my insult kill him?
Yeah. So, like an old man in a David Cage video game, he just like, hey, who? God, he like falls over, and as he does, he shrinks back down to normal size, and he's just lying on his face.
Ha ha ha.
I'm not even paying attention to the fact that it worked so well. I'm too busy trying to brush sewer gunk off my cloak, like after having done the spell, you know?
Yeah. So he actually had resistance to spells, but I also accidentally let him go invisible when he shouldn't have been able to. So now we're even. He's dead.
Yay.
Yeah. So cool. All right, Rain, you toast him.
That's my turn.
Off the thing. Yeah, Makaria, your turn.
I see that happen and I look back at Rin and I'm like, nice going. I wouldn't have been insulted by that, but I don't really care for the opinions of others anyway.
Yes. Get on with whatever it is.
5 feet and I peek around the corner and I see that there's someone else. I go, well, you can't ignore when the Lord of Bones comes for you. I'm just going to point at people and sound bells.
I guess the same thing again.
Yeah, everybody die. Okay, so he gets a wisdom save. Glorp. And I get a 12.
Nope.
So he takes
8 damage.
8 damage. Nice.
Oh.
So yeah, blood starts like dripping from his nose and from one ear. He's like snarls at you. Anything else?
No.
Okay. All right. He throws his hands out and puts his thumbs together in a fan shape, and flame erupts from his fingers,
Excellent.
hitting the two of you with a burning hand spell. So it's a dex
Nice.
save. The DC is what's his DC? DC 12. DC 12. Okay. So
Be good at this.
8, you make the save. Jewel, you take 11 damage.
Oh,
Jewel is
Bardic
unconscious.
inspiration.
Oh, you're right. Wait, can you use it on saves?
Yes.
Then I will use my bardic inspiration,
So you can roll a d6.
which hopefully.
I mean, wait, it meets it. You said it was 12, right?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, that's right. So you still take half. So you take 5.
Cool. That's way better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good.
attack
That's
roll
right. Yeah, it's
saving
12,
throw.
not 13. Yep, so you're fine.
Thank you.
Okay, so you take half damage from the burning
Like, there's a
hands.
moment it comes towards her. She's like, huh? Huh? And Rin yells something, and she's like, oh!
You're inspired right now. Move faster.
So you don't have bardic inspiration. You both take 5 damage. 5 fire damage.
I don't take fire damage.
Bullshit, you don't. And then he's gonna run for it. So you can make an attack of opportunity on him.
Did I just turn invisible?
What?
Did my token just turn invisible for you?
No, I
No.
can see you.
Okay, I updated my hit points on the sheet and I turned invisible on my
Oh.
screen.
No, you're still here.
Oh, we can see you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take the attack.
Okay, yeah, you hit him. So he like throws fire, and as the fire is bursting from his hands, he turns to run, and you thrust your sword into his back, and he dies, falling against the wall, and then thump onto the ground. All right, so
Terrible.
let's see. Okay. All right, 8. It is your turn. But before we continue, we're due one more break, and I didn't want to just keep going, so we only had 10 minutes to finish the episode. So let's take our last break, and we will finish this. And this is funny because this is a thing that I think is really interesting. Occasionally, you get into this situation where triggering an alarm means you fight the whole dungeon. I think that's really cool. Rather than be like, cool, you kill this room, open the door, you kill the next room, go ahead, kill the next room. So yeah, cool. All right, stick around. We will conclude right after this. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the conclusion of today's episode. Roll20 presents Waterdeep Dragon Heist. So we rewind slightly. So Grumshar the wizard, the half-orc wizard, turns to flee. He throws fire at you, turns to flee. You stab him in the back, which kills him. However, instead of him dying, he goes down to 1 hit point, and he gets to finish his turn. So he is going to run.
Oh, because he's a half
orc.
orc.
Yeah. So he moves. Let me see. So 5.
Then half of 25 around down is 10 feet still, so you can move 10 more.
What? No, he moved 5, and you stabbed him, and then he gets 25 more feet.
I mean,
Yeah, he died,
should have.
right?
He died, so he was prone.
No. When you take a hit as a half orc, it just ignores dying, and you just go to 1 instead.
Yeah, they're really good level 1 characters because you can just refuse to lie down.
Yeah. So he.
Gross.
Yeah. So he goes over there. Okay. All right. So this door is open, and that door is open. Okay. Cool. 8. Now it is your turn.
I thought he. Never mind.
Yeah, he should be dead.
10. Blah. He gets shot.
Yes. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you get shot at. So Krentz pops out of stealth. Boing. Fires with advantage. Gets a 17. Just bounces off the side of your head.
I point the sword at him. I say, wait.
Okay.
And then I attack Grimshaw.
Okay.
Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da.
Hang on. I'm just 25. And I'm trying to find out how you get there in 30 feet.
Okay, so how did he get there in 35 feet?
He was here and he went
You were 5
right.
feet behind
So you
him.
should both be back 1.
Okay.
There it is. Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, I just moved directly.
Yeah, that's why, because I knew something was off. I wasn't blaming you for going too far. He went too far. So yeah, hit him. There you go. Okay, now he's dead.
Yeah.
You finished
Oh,
the
God,
job.
that's gotta be kind of terrifying. Just like your friend runs through like bleeding, like almost dead. You're like, oh shit, something's coming. Dum, dum, dum. Shoot it. Just like, wait. Goes over and just stabs.
Yeah. So you just stride across the room, stab Grumshar, and then yep. Okay.
My turn.
Jewel?
Stabby Tabby's gonna follow after and really hope that she doesn't whiff it again.
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5. Oh shoot. He's there. I can't get all the way to him. Probably close as much of the distance as she can and then take the dodge action.
Okay. Sounds good. Rin?
Okay. Let me see. I'm going to step into the room first up. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's what I can see. I can see the back of our dear friend, the Warforged. 8. But I have nothing that I can really contribute to that. So I guess nope, I'm not going to go into the room. Never mind. I'm going to take the dodge action right here.
Okay. All right, Makaria?
Because as soon as I present myself as an AC 13 target, you'll shoot at me.
I will, happily.
I am going to. I know that I can't get like into the room, same as Rin. Like I step in here and I like see that Rin is like pulling back and stopping. And so I realize like there's nothing within reach there. So I'm just going to turn to look at the Durgar and like cock my head a little bit and be like, how did you get to be so big? And like, yeah, that's like, I guess technically dodge action.
Okay.
But I'm just hanging out.
All right. Dodge action for you. Dodge action for everybody. Okay. So Krentz is not currently threatened by anybody. He looks around the room, weighs his options, and then runs towards this door over here. kicks the door open, runs into the other room. And that's his move. So 10, 20. Okay. All right. Sounds good. Grumshar is dead. 8, it's your turn.
You only delay the inevitable, dwarf.
Like how you can't tell. He's a human, but that's fine. I like it better that way.
Yeah, I woke up. Did he prepare an action?
Yeah,
to
he
stab me?
swings the scimitar at you when you come in the room. He's like, ah! And like, bang, it bounces off of you with a shower of spikes or sparks. He's just like, oh no, ah! He's like trapped in the room now. So this room, when you bust into it, let me just give you a quick description. It's a lavatory. There's a hole in the floor right here that opens into a stinky, stinky cesspit.
Oh, baby. I know where I'm putting him. I stepped round, actually, slightly, just in case one of my companions wants to come in and, sneak attack them or whatever. Anything like that. I'll do 17 points of damage instead, though.
Okay. Yeah, you kill him real bad. You kill him real bad. He's very dead.
Yeah. So... Okay.
Yeah. So you just come in. He takes a wild swing at you with his scimitar, and then you just... he dies.
Okay.
And that's it. Fight's over.
Yeah, so in the next few seconds when someone pops in to see if everything's okay, they see me gently laid the torch on the floor and just shoving this guy into the soup.
Right. So anybody who peers in, you just see
Still won't
jamming
stop
in
him.
there. Yeah. It's funny because you're not the first person to think of that. There's also 2 dead goblins in there who are being consumed. And as you start mashing him in there, tendrils of grayish sludge reach up and grab him and yank him down into the hole. And he just goes "Whoop."
Oh, jeez. Oh, my.
Yeah,
Your
Jill doesn't get
orifice-
any closer.
Your orifice usage hole is taking you into its own.
While
orifice.
he's trying to think of a fucking quippy line, I'm picking through our wizard friend who bolted
Yeah.
me.
I'm poking at the dwarf and
Yep,
seeing
there goes whatever that guy was holding. That's
So
for sure.
Grumshar has on him a satchel in which he carries his spell book.
I take that.
Okay, so Grumshar's spell book. That appears to be all he is carrying. I guess he's got a material components bag. The Durgar Zemk. He I don't think he has anything of value on him. He has a pick and a shield.
Is it a plus anything shield or just a shield?
No. God, no.
Okay. I don't know. Okay. Then I just I poke at him and I'm studying him and squatting. And then I realize I'm in a room alone and I'm oh. And I go back to join the rest of the group.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Looks
We
like
don't know.
there's
A dory where the mage died.
We don't know if this place is clear yet. 8, do you want to take point in going into the next room?
Yes. No. Also, so I do. Stamp on this guy's head as I go
Just
past.
crush his body under your foot. Okay.
Oh, well,
yeah.
that's not necessary.
Okay, so let me clear the dynamic lighting for this one. So there's a hang on. Use your mouse, Adam. Use it with your hands. There we go. Okay. Oh, that's part of. I'll delete the whole wall if I do that. Okay, let me just bring you to the other side then. So there you go. So basically, you all come out in a room, and I will tell you what you.
Hey, it's our boy Flute.
That's right. I'll tell you what you see. So when you
It's
come
your
around,
boy.
it's your boy Floon.
Mr. Blackmore.
That's right. Smash that subscribe button. So you see in the corner, cowering, dressed in sewage-soaked finery, looking bedraggled, and yet somehow still so beautiful. You see the attractive simpleton, Floon Blagmar, and he looks up in horror as you come around the corner, this killbot. And he has this startled look on his face, and even in the depths of his terror, he's still just so handsome.
Is he really very handsome?
He's very handsome. Yes, if you like that sort of thing.
What
Yeah.
sort of thing?
I don't know, handsome men.
Handsome humans?
Yeah, he's a handsome fellow.
They emerge and they're like dripping with sewage and blood.
Yeah, right. The
Like slightly singed.
kill squad shows up. The room that you're in, let me describe that to you as well. So that room is a threadbare curtains hang on the east wall of a long hall. Normally there'd be a muscular half-orc in dingy robes here. Nope. There's a raised platform at the back. And on the wall behind it is carved onto the wall up here is the sigil of the Xanathar Guild up on this raised. It looks like an address platform. Like you'd walk up there and you'd like address people. There's like a stone chair up there too. So when he sees you, he just freezes up. Like, does anybody say anything to him or?
Oh, we're here to
I still
rescue
can't
you.
see
Let's go.
him.
Yeah, you're not in the room yet.
Yeah, I step towards him and my ears
And
change.
he presses himself against the wall and puts his hands up.
They go from red to green.
Right.
And
Oh,
looks at everyone. It's like, is this-
Normally, my friend, I'm assuming, I would present myself a little better. But let's just get out of here. Yes? You want to get out of here? Let's go. We'll take you away. Volathamp asked us to find you. Let's go.
Oh my! Volathamp sent you. Well, very good. I am Fluden Blackbar. And who are you?
until you opened your mouth, you were quite attractive.
But, milady, I have been told I have quite a mellifluous voice. Many women from here to the shores of Tethys.
Do I have anything that'll shut them up? Spells?
my hand.
What? Shush! Shut up! Shut your face! And he's like, oh, your head is quite unsanitary. And so you just like close and you just shut up.
Thank you,
Flynn.
8.
8, you should probably carry him. He looks injured.
Can you
Does
stand?
he look injured? I was
I
assuming
mean, he can't
he's injured.
talk, so
Yeah, no, I'm like, can you stand? And I don't like.
he's already
look down.
standing.
He can
Can you walk?
stand.
Oh, well,
Come. Puny human.
Let's get out of here.
Do you let him talk again? Because you can't just walk around covering his mouth.
No, we'll let him talk
Okay.
again.
So he says, well, actually, milady, I think there's a secret passage back here.
to whom are you referring when you say my lady? I don't think any of us
Which
are.
of the two of you has a higher charisma?
I have a 17.
Yeah.
I do not have a 17.
I'm also covered in sewage, however.
Yeah. He was like, why, I was referring to the both of you, of course.
Well, don't. I'm not a lady.
Thanks. Jewel is investigating the door.
Ren's okay with being called my lady. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay. It's just a big double door.
Where does this go?
What's this?
Floon peers around the corner and he says, I do not know. I was both blindfolded and gagged when these ruffians dragged me in here.
Kind of wish you were still one of those things. What were you saying about a secret door?
And he says, if milady would like to blindfold or gag me, she may, but she must pay extra.
Oh, God.
I have a spell.
Toss up a
You know what?
hairball.
You know what? I have a spell slot left. Tasha's hideous laughter.
Is that better?
It's better because then we can incapacitate him and walk him out of here.
Well, no, he can't move
one of
if he's under the effects of the laughter. You have to
Eight
like
will
pick him up
fucking
and like
pick
drag
him
him
up
around.
like a princess and bring him out.
It's fine. Don't do that.
Don't
Okay.
kill him. Don't
It's
kill
okay.
him, please.
It's not worth it. Just
Where
I really
is
want to, but I
passage?
won't.
Yeah, he's in pretty rough shape.
Secret passage.
So
now.
he says, yes, I have in my time down here observed the comings and goings of these goblinoids, and I believe there to be a secret passage. And he points behind him in the room hence. But I could not find it myself, try though I might. And he holds his hands up, and he says, I am afraid that I have a lover's hands, not a miner's.
mean, a
If you
child?
touch me, I will kill you. And then she like walks like around and like past him and goes
When he says in the room
It's
hands,
the
which
room.
room is that? The one
Yeah, that's
that...
the one he's pointing at. Yeah, yeah.
this one. So, like, yeah, he was trying to find it, I guess. And then-
this room though.
And as you pass by Rin, he says, yes, yes, a good idea. Perhaps your beautiful elven eyes might see where mine could not.
Ugh.
I look at him and I give him like I make eye contact
He flutters his eyelashes
for
at
like
you.
a solid 5 seconds with the flattest, most unimpressed expression you have ever fucking seen. And then I just turn away and I go back to what I'm doing.
And he says to 8, he says to 8 when you go by, he says to you, he's like, I knowest her type. She pretendeth she liketh me not, but I know her heart.
And actually, when she turns away, she is smiling. She
Yeah,
is
right.
totally smiling. She's like, ooh, compliments,
Mhm.
basically.
Yeah.
She just doesn't want him to know that she's...
Oh yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So the two of you can make a perception check or an investigation check with advantage, whoever's going to do it.
While they're checking this, can I
Go ahead.
check the room in case
You want
there's...
our perception?
Yeah. What do you want to do?
Perception check with advantage, you said?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Oh,
Boom.
damn. Yes. There is indeed a secret tunnel right there.
Secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
Yeah.
Through the
Yes,
mountain.
my miner's hands have found the secret
love it.
passageway out into the sewers.
And Floon says, you see, milady, we make a good team.
No.
He's like, very good. All right, so 8, what are you doing?
I'm just checking like the area of the altar and stuff while they're looking for that,
Okay.
just in case. Like,
Make a perception check. Are you like pulling aside the curtains and stuff?
yeah, I did. I got an 8.
Okay. All right. I don't think I'll move the curtains for you, and I'll describe kind of what you see beyond. But I don't think you find anything else in the room.
Okay.
So these curtains, they look like sleeping quarters or like prisoner. I mean, they're prisoner storage because they have rusty manacles bolted to the wall, and then like messy straw pallets.
Okay, yeah. So I do a quick like look around and into the rooms and stuff, but only until someone from back there says something, because I guess I don't see anything valuable.
No, I come out and I say the thing about miner's hands, and we have found the secret tunnel out into the sewers.
And he says, very good. Then out the sewers and back up to Waterdeep, where we shall have a drink at the yawning portal with my good friend Volothamp. He will certainly be pleased to see me again.
Yes.
And happy and willing to reward you, I'm sure, as long as you vouchsafe my passage out of here.
That is exactly the plan. Let us go and do it.
Very good. After you, milady.
I go.
Come on, 8. You go first. I'm not going without you.
I go through into the vastness.
Get out of the wall.
Get out of the wall.
All right, so everybody goes down the secret tunnel. There is a door in this small room, and yeah. There's a door here, and you can open it if you like.
Yeah.
Secret tunnel.
That's when the door is a mimic.
Okay, so you pop that door, and you see beyond that there is a staircase leading up.
Maybe we should send Floon up first,
I'm going
just
up
in case.
No,
So-
send 8.
stairs.
Okay, so 8, you climb up the stairs. The stairs curve away as they like continue around like 3 or 4 until you get to be like about street level, maybe a little lower, and then there's just a stone like panel above you.
A second wind,
Okay.
just in case.
Yeah.
It is plus my con mod, right?
I think so.
Okay, I don't even need to roll.
Okay.
That's my health.
All right.
914. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, then I push the thing.
Okay, make an athletics check. Nice. Okay, it raises with ease, and you hear a faint like grinding, and you all watch as you lift this thing, and the smell of sewer and waste is intermingled with the smell of damp earth, and maybe like the smell of like stale beer. I think probably is the smell that you smell. There is a dark room that you emerge into, and as your eyes adjust to the torchlight as you come in, you see several oak barrels up on a shelf. There's a few oak barrels that are down on the ground. One barrel that's broken open, looks like it's being repaired. There are bags of grain. The room is like a kind of a damp stone like box, and then there's wooden stairs that go up, and you can hear when you come in here. There's a group of people singing cheerfully up above some like bawdy song about Kelvin Blackstaff, and they're singing, and you can hear like people like thumping on a table, and there's like noise.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I believe I turn to the others and I say, I believe we have surfaced in the basement of a tavern.
Yes. What excellent luck! I could use a drink.
No,
and Flea like starts to walk up towards the stairs.
Are they a
grab his
Yeah,
fucking
okay.
sleeve.
All right,
Floon, you are covered in sewer.
Are they a friendly tavern?
Why? With enough coin, any tavern is a friendly tavern.
And how much
We'll
coin
just
do you
put it
have
on
on
Rainier's tab.
That's how you got kidnapped. You are a fool, Floon.
What do you mean?
Go up, like, go into the tavern.
Okay, just like pushes into the tavern.
Okay, so you just walk up and open the door. Okay, it's not a tavern. It's someone's kitchen. So you just emerge and you bang your head on the ceiling because the ceiling is only maybe like 5 feet tall. You can see in the room there is a large wooden table around which like about a dozen halflings are sitting and drinking and cheering and being merry. And you've just emerged from their beer cellar into their like living room. And one of them lets out a shriek of surprise. They all kind of scatter to the back of the room.
Yeah, I have my sword out. Like, are you affiliated with the Xanathar Guild?
And they're just like panicking. Someone is like, get the watch, it's a monster, it's come from below.
Everybody quickly through the building. Like we shepherd everyone through
Pushing
and just,
everybody.
like, out on the street.
I wave at them as I pass.
Yeah, there's like a little chubby halfling kid that just like watches you all go like, wow. And and you all scramble out into the streets. And
No killing these ones.
No, they're fine. Leave them.
And and so you stumble out into the streets, and there's still like some noise from the kitchen, and and you're all standing out there in the street, and Floon says, "Well, I thought my life was interesting before. You lot are very entertaining. I could come to like you. Where are we headed next?"
The yawning portal.
Very good. A lively place. Verily. And he gestures, and then he stops and he says, or should we call for a caravan? I do like to ride in style, though I seem to have misplaced my coin purse.
No, I think we can walk.
All the way to the yawning portal.
Yes, all the way to the yawning portal.
All the way uphill.
8 can carry you if you'd prefer.
Very good. He like closes his eyes and just like waits for you to pick him up.
This was a service I was willing to provide in exchange for your friendship.
Oh, but you like the corpses.
Over your shoulder.
So you just like walk around, oh boy, and like throw him over your shoulder. he says, how unorthodox. And then you carry him off to the yawning portal.
Yep.
So
grab him by his face.
cut to the yawning portal, and it is late at night, which means the yawning portal is in full swing. You hear the sound of your friend, what's his name, Three Strings, playing to a loud shouting crowd. You can hear music and merriment coming from within as you reach the door of the place. And Floon takes a look at all of you, and he says, "Well, I've looked better, but I've made worse entrances. Come on!" And he pushes the door open and strides into the tavern.
Ugh.
I stride into the tavern.
I guess I follow him.
All right, yeah. So you come into the tavern, and Floon just makes a beeline for the bar, and he like hammers on the bar, and he's like, drinks for me and my new friends, Durnan."
I like put my cloak hood up so that no one can see that I'm the one covered in sewage and smelling.
You're all terrible, yeah.
Yeah.
And as
I request a room with a bath.
And as you come in, Floon is like waving at like there's a bunch of like ladies in the bar that he's like, "Oh, hello," and like waves and like blows kisses. He's like, "Yes, that's right, I'm safe and sound." And he gets a big thing of ale, and Durnan's like, "And I suppose I'll put it on your tab." And he says, "Oh no, not on mine. Renier's paying for this one after the trouble he got me in." And Durnan just nods like, "Fine," and like walks off. And you all get a round of ales, and he just like downs it.
Durnan,
burps
is it
loudly.
Durnan?
Yeah.
Since his friend also got us covered in sewage, could we get a room on his tab with a bath?
And Durnan squints, and he says, "Ah, no. I know this one's the Never Ember's friend, but I never seen the two of you together."
I'll pay a bath as much as I need to.
Okay, yeah. So he whistles to have someone come and like prepare a bath and rooms for you.
I have never had a bath.
Have you never?
Just take him outside and like find a hose and just
Swing them down. You go through a car wash.
There's no hoses, there's buckets.
yes.
So Floon says to you, he's like, "Well, you'd probably rust anyhow." So he looks around. Where's Volo? Volo? And he wanders off into the crowd.
No. I suppose we should keep an eye on him so he doesn't get
Yes,
kidnapped
don't
He just gets
And
kidnapped.
if you go take a bath, I'll watch
you
him.
can't lose him.
Then we'll switch.
Okay.
Oh no, I'll go with him. You require cleaning. I suppose this is offensive to you, creating some sort of smell. This is your.
I mean, you're not wearing clothes, so most of it is like sluiced off of you. You're not exactly porous.
I say to our mechanical friend, you do whatever it is you want to, but I can't wait another second. Like,
Okay.
Okay, so you follow him, and you find Floon. He's already sitting down at a table, and there are a bunch of other kind of like noble-looking people with him, and he's already in the middle of the story. He's telling you stories. He's telling them like, and then, the terrible orc, with malice in his eyes, he drew a dagger and threatened me. And I said, nay, knave, I shan't be speaking to you. And like he's just like telling this stupid story about him. And and you walk
Was
up.
that the half orc that I stabbed once? It looked like he was going to die. He came back to life again, and I followed him and stabbed him again as his friend watched on in horror, ineffectively firing bolts from his crossbow.
Right, and all the humans are just staring at you like, what the fuck? This is terrifying. And Floon says to them, yes, everyone, this is my new friend and savior. I'm sorry, Metal Man, what was your name again?
8.
8, is it? Well, so are there 7 more of you?
There were many.
My. Well, anyway, these lovely adventurers came and rescued me. There were 2 beautiful elf maidens, and this creature, and a cat. It was fantastic. What an adventure I've been on. Has anyone seen Renair and or Volo? I think Volo was looking for me. Volo! And he's just like shouting for attention. Like everyone in the bar knows that he's here now. And I think that if you just stay and watch over him, he drinks like 4 or 5 more beers in quick succession. And when Rin, Makaria, and Jewel return from being bathed, you come back. And on your way down the stairs, Rin, you see off in one corner, drinking alone, you see the puffy shirt and unmistakable mustachios of Volo Thampgadarm.
So I go over to Volo, like as I'm coming down the stairs, feeling refreshed. My skin and clothing not so awful.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like tidied up in her regular state now. Goes over to Volo and says,
He doesn't notice. He's just like staring. He's got a book open and he's got a pot of ink and a quill, but the pages are blank.
I immediately go to the bar.
I like tap the book. You know what I mean? Like I put my finger on his page.
And he starts. He's like, oh, and he looks up and he says, Rin, tell me you have good news for me.
Yes, actually, Floon is here in the bar.
What? Where? And he stands up suddenly, like coming out of his phone.
Point across the room to wherever 8 is because he's super obvious.
Yeah. And he says, fantastic, Floon. And like 6 people look up, and he's like, no, and he like pushes through the crowd. And the group of you, we cross cut to a table, and it's Volo and Floon, and Volo's got his arm around Floon, and he's just like, my boy Floon. And he's like patting him, and like he's so happy, and Floon is drunk and happy to be back, and like the two of them are just like, oh, I haven't seen you in such a long time, and like, you know, hugging, like, I'm glad you're safe, and I'm glad I'm safe too. And the rest of you are there, and they're kind of coming out of this like moment together, and Volo turns to you and he says, thank you so much for protecting him. Tell me, what happened?
The Xanathar's Guild kidnapped him thinking he was Rainier Neverember, who they left behind in a Zentarum hideout.
And Floon says, yes, that's right. But I was kidnapped twice. Once with Neverember, and then again by the Xanathar's Guild. The Zentarum wanted me too. I think that they thought that I was him, which is preposterous. He's not nearly as charming as I am.
Yes.
Well, I drink more.
Yeah. And so Volo says, they must be after his father's gold. Interesting. I have heard about this more than once in the last few days. Well, thank you for bringing him to me.
I seem to remember payment being offered. Once we
yes, that's right. I did a promise to pay you, didn't I?
Something like 100 gold each.
Yes. Well, I have to tell you, I have been waiting for a payment for my book, and it hasn't come in yet. I am awaiting royalties from a chult, you see. But while I may have only a few coins to spare, never let it be said that Volo reneges on a promise. Here, hold on. And he like pats himself down, and he pulls something out of his scroll tube, out of his cloak, out of his inventory. And he says, allow me, with a dramatic flourish, allow me to present to you something much more valuable. And he pulls out a scroll, and he lays it out on a table. And the scroll is covered in like lots of legalese, lots of tiny text. But it bears the mark of the city of Waterdeep. It bears a notary's mark. And he says to you, I present to you the deed to a piece of a property quite remarkable here in Waterdeep. Now, of course, we'll need a magistrate to witness the transfer of ownership, and I'll arrange a meeting with one after you've inspected the estate and deemed it satisfactory.
Wait, you're giving us a house?
Yes, quite.
Is this one of those we have to stay in it for 3 weeks and we get all of your inheritance because it might be haunted? The rest of the
You say that, and he says, no. I mean, yes, but no. You see, originally...
Wait, which parts? Yes, the haunted murder part, or...
I don't know about a murder, but I did purchase it originally because it was supposed to be haunted. I am researching for my next book, Volo's Guide to Spirits and Specters, but I have not had a chance to look around, and
does anyone else know of this property? And I'm looking at like everyone at the table.
I'm like looking for an address or
Floon,
something.
Floon is like, yes, I was with Volo when he bought it. It's quite striking.
How much would you pay for it?
Personally?
Well, I want to know the value of the item we're getting. How much is it worth?
My dear lady, I am just a gigolo and not a real estate agent.
I look over at Makaria and I say, like, sort of quietly between us, you know, sitting at the table. Go,
Can I like make a guess based on like I've lived here my whole life? Look at like where the
looking
thing
at the
is,
deed,
or-
no.
No.
I mean, you can
it's not
look
like
at it, and I can give you a little bit more information.
Okay, sure.
Take a look at it. Okay, so the deed is the deed to something called Troll Skull Manor. It is a building in the North Ward, which isn't like a bad part of town. Like, nice neighborhood. It's not in the Dock District, right? It appears to you to be legitimate. It's been notarized. It's got all the stamps and seals.
There's definitely like
Plus, Makaria, if it might be haunted, there could be like a ghost there or something.
So?
miracle.
Merkel's not about ghosts.
I love it. I love the name. I want to go there.
And and so Floon slams his hand down on the table. He says, "Very good. Then it is agreed. We will drink tonight, and on the morrow, take our way to Troll Skull Manor, so that we might examine it with our eyes once more."
No, wait, why is Floon going?
Well, what do you mean? Why is Floon going?
You disgust me.
What if we get him drunk enough and then just don't?
wound me, my lady. I am very charming if you allow me to.
I could literally wound you if you wished. That might be more interesting.
As I said to your feline friend, that's on the special menu.
And how much is that?
And he grins at you and he says, "Pleasure before business, my lady."
That makes no
That
sense
makes
at all.
absolutely no sense.
And he like takes another. He's super drunk. He's been drinking since the moment you got here.
So has Makaria. She was drinking in the bath and like
We're also drunk. Jewel,
All right.
perched on the chair, kind of looks at the group and is like, I guess if worst comes to worst, we can sell this. It's probably worth a few hundred gold. So
Better than taking the nothing we're otherwise being provided.
the same. And I think you still owe us. And she looks at Volo.
And Volo says, "I don't know what you mean. If you accept this house, we are. Real estate is much more important to have than a bunch of gold. Trust me, as a man who travels, there is many a time I have been on a ship or the back of a camel, and I have been thinking, home, of which I, of course, have
can't-
none.
Use home to buy food with which to eat.
I don't
No,
know.
at the
Why
very-
don't you open a tavern or a store?"
This will
So
be
if
great.
this goes poorly,
Yeah, Ada's just like, "Yes, rad, awesome."
We'll have
The word
this-
manner.
room
The
for
word
bonding.
manner has definitely perked my.
if this
Rin's
goes
interest.
poorly, we can knock down the building, donate the plot of land to Kalimvor, and use it as graveyard.
No.
fine, whatever.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
so
actually care that much.
Floon says,
Probably way
uh,
more interesting.
"Let us worry about our houses on the morrow. For today, our hope is this tavern, and our mother, the ale. Another Durnan for my friends." And he, him and Volo like embrace, like, "Hooray, you're okay." And we fade out on that scene.
We fade out on Makaria being like, but seriously, how much do I have to pay you to allow me to wound you, literally?
So, Makaria's proclivities notwithstanding, the scene fades out, and we have completed chapter 1. Volo's quest is complete. Chapter 1, A Friend in Need, comes to a close. Everybody gains a level. You're all level 2 now,
Yes.
Sweet.
and we will hand out your stuff. So, are you all taking another level in the same class?
Yes.
Excellent. And does anybody want to roll for their hit points?
I am actually going to take the average this time.
I think everybody's a little gun shy.
Quite enough.
What's the rolling? What do you use for cleric? It's a D8?
It's a D8, I think.
Go
D8
die.
plus your con mod.
Okay, I'm doing it. Plus my con
Jesus,
modifier?
okay.
Yeah.
Brush with death. Okay.
Boom!
Yeah.
Yeah, see, now that she rolled that high, I don't think I can.
She used up all the luck.
Used up all the luck.
Nice. Good. That will help for the next time you think that you're brave enough to do this and you get a 1. Cool. Okay. So
Yeah, I mean,
I
it's
actually have for the group of you, and I'm gonna go through and I'll assign this to you later. Valo gives you a gift, and kind of like the way we did the thing in Chult where he gave you a copy of that book. There is a section of Waterdeep Dragon Heist called Valo's Waterdeep Enchiridion, which is a travel guide to the city of Waterdeep. So
Okay.
I will go in and I will add it to everybody's journal, and at your leisure you can peruse the map. You can take a look at the various bits of history in the city. You can look at some cool pictures of Drizzt and you can learn a little bit about the city in which this adventure will take place. So let me assign that to everybody, and you can read that in your downtime if you want
Fantastic.
to. And so for your levels, everybody's just going to take the level. Nobody else is going to roll.
No.
Okay, and there isn't really any choice to be made at 2, right? Like you just
I'm gonna roll.
I
Roll,
get
Dave.
cunning action.
okay.
Are you gonna roll? Are you doing? That's
I've
hard.
decided to take the average, but I kind of want to see what the roll would have been.
Hard.
It's a good thing your AC is so high.
Oh well.
Wow, that laughter is so vicious.
Right.
Fucking lock
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, Dave, but like chances being what they are.
Mhm.
It's good. It's good. We're good. We've still got a number.
Cool.
Right, so
So there you go. There you go. All right. So I'll let you do your levels up in between. Just update your characters and
already done.
yeah. And when we
Yeah,
get
it's really easy at level 2.
yeah, right. You're done basically. And so when
Hit points.
when we come back next session, we can go and take a look at Troll Skull Manor. Is there art for it? You better believe I've got handouts.
Yeah.
Good episode, everybody. Nice work. That was like one long like continual encounter, and then I finally got to bust out my Floon voice. I hope you think he's as charming as I do.
God, I think he's the worst.
I hate him.
But he just wants to be your friend.
Please shut up.
I really hope some part of this involves us murdering him.
Like
Yeah.
this is almost, but not quite as bad as your German voice that you do.
Oh, the H.R. Giger voice?
Yeah,
oh, I
the
should have
Giger
used
voice.
that.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Floon Blackmar. What are you
Originally,
doing here?
It would have fit with the name.
Yeah. No, this is a handsome Floon, not a like slightly sweaty like Swiss guy. Yeah, no, they're
I'm so
different.
sorry you got a 1 day.
Yeah,
That's
rip your HP. All right, well let's say our goodbyes for today's episode. I hope everybody had a nice time hanging out in Waterdeep. I have been enjoying things so far, and yeah, and we'll pick it up again next week. So why don't we start up in the corner with Distracted Elf?
Hello, everyone. I'm Distracted Elf. You can find me at twitch.tv/DistractedElf or on Twitter @DistractedElf, where I try very desperately to be well put together and not covered in sewer muck. Try.
Try being the operative word. Yeah, excellent. Thank you, Elf. Let's just go. We'll go around in circles. All right, Lauren, hit it up.
You can find me on the internet as Random Tuesday. I stream games and cosplay on my channel, or you can find me playing RPGs at places such as Geek Space TV and Roll for It. Or find me on Twitter. That's easiest.
Yeah, that's a good place too. Nice.
I post a lot.
Everybody's favorite murder boy, Dave. Where can we find you on the internet? What's your deal?
yeah. You can find me on the Twitter at the Dave_the_human, and on the Twitch at Dave_human. I need to fix that. I don't know. Do they let you do that? Anyway, yeah, maybe doing some stuff, playing some Dragon Quest. I don't know. I need to get back into streaming. I did one. I haven't done one.
Excellent. Thanks, Dave. Last but not least, Grumpy Cleric of Doom, Makari Arata, aka Blue Jay. Do it. You're muted.
I was
there it is.
I'm muted. I'm Blue Jay, and you can find me most days at twitch.tv/BlueJay or on Twitter at BlueJay_712. You can find me doing multiple shows throughout the week, all of which are listed on my channel in the description. And if you want to see role-playing stuff I've done, bluejay.tv/portfolio is where all that is. So, yeah.
Cool. Well, on behalf of the Flood Platoon, thank you for coming, everybody. Thanks for coming. I have been the Dungeon Master, Adam Coble. You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Adam Coble. Surprise. And on Twitter at Skinny Ghost, where I post hot takes about D&D. So you probably have some crossover there. The next time you are likely to see me will be at twitch.tv/Roll20 app on Monday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific. I'm running a special one-shot of my game, Dungeon World, for the Roll20 esports team. So if you saw the last time we did that,
Oh boy,
it's gonna be a thing. I really like playing RPGs with people who've never played them before. So if you want to see that happen, definitely come check that out. And then we've got lots of shows throughout the week, including another episode of this, same time next week. Thanks for coming, everybody. This is really fun. You're a good group, and chat has been great. Thanks for hosting us, D&D. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody. Bye. See ya. Dive into a twisted maze of schemes and villainy as you race to claim the legendary fortune hidden somewhere in Waterdeep. Roll20's full digital conversion of Waterdeep Dragon Heist features 4 possible story paths, immersive features like dynamic lighting on all battle maps, and character sheets with one-click actions. Switch between story paths with the click of a mouse and enjoy the complete contents of this thrilling new Dungeons & Dragons adventure. Grab Waterdeep Dragon Heist today on the Roll20 Marketplace.